It has the Book of Forbidden Knowledge, that great Halloween book, and the Medieval Secrets of Black Magic. Take a look at all the books at mojoacademy.org. I've fallen a little bit behind in updating some of it, but hey, a page I particularly like at magic-works.com is the occult jewelry. Oh, that's been moving very well lately. I even bought a piece for myself, which is a second pentacle of Mars pendant, which stimulates health and good medical results. So I've got to go now. I've got 25 seconds. So until next week, remember, who you are is the universe's gift to you. Who you become is your gift to the universe. See you next week in Reverend Elliot's Magical Window. Bye-bye now.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the Mini Medium with Stephanie Cowan. Live from tarotwithsteph.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Mini Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. And happy Halloween Eve. Is that a thing? Halloween Eve? We have our fun and my favorite holiday tomorrow, All Hallows Eve. So excited. But I'm going to definitely be doing some very interesting things tomorrow. I can't wait to tell you guys. But I am your mini medium on the A1R Psychic Radio and the beautiful Moonstruck TV. I am hoping that you guys are having such a beautiful week. I'll tell you, I have been a little under the weather. I've had little bit of just kind of, I have fibromyalgia. So for anyone out there who understands or knows much about autoimmune deficiencies and, my thyroid's affected, and fibro is just not a fun thing to have to deal with. I've dealt with this for over 20 years, and here in Utah, the weather is getting cold, and my body doesn't like when it gets cold like this. So, but I don't know what it is. Today has been a great day. It's been a good day, and looking forward to some fun, amazing things coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Tomorrow night, for Halloween, All Hallows Eve, I'm going to be going out with a paranormal team I work with called Life After Life. Shout out to Life After Life. My ladies that I work with, it's 3 of us ladies, and then we have a guest coming with us. And we are going to be investigating the old Overland Hotel in Pioche, Nevada. And we do this every year. We do a Halloween investigation. So you'll want to go to my YouTube channel, which is Mini Medium 75. You can find all of this on my website at mini-medium.com. And I will be going live as well as Life After Life on their YouTube. And we're going to be doing a live investigation at the Overland Hotel in Pioche, Nevada. So it's going to be incredible. If you love to watch like Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures, things like that, you'll enjoy this. We have a good time. We're goofy, but we take it serious. Of course, my mediumship abilities are heightened. It's the day when the dead come out, and the day that the spirits are more active, if you will. So that veil is super thin right now, and tomorrow it's just going to be even more incredible. So hop on to the YouTube channels. I believe we're starting around 7:30 p.m. That's Mountain Daylight Time. Gosh, we're almost going into the, falling back the hour, right? I don't know, that daylight savings time stuff, it just confuses me. But this will be 7:30 Mountain Daylight Time, 9:30 Eastern, and 6:30 Pacific, and 8:30 Central. I'm getting these down. So just hop on and come watch. And you can actually, you can contribute. You can actually ask questions that you would like for us to ask the spirits that are active there. We're staying in the most active, most haunted room, this room 10, I believe, or something like that. But we just have a good time. We have this tradition of wearing goofy, like footsie jammies, onesies, and last year we walked around the hotel and parade. And anyway, and this is all alcohol free. At least I am anyways. The other girls, I don't know, but it's safe, it's fun, and we love the paranormal. So hop on tomorrow night. Now also, this Friday, I am going to be heading to New Jersey, if I can talk. Heading to New Jersey. I'll be in New Jersey at the New Jersey Para-Unity Expo. I will have a booth. I'm going to be doing readings. If you guys are familiar with Ghost Hunters, Kindred Spirits, Chip Coffee, Ghost Brothers, they're all going to be there. I'm going to be right there with them. I'm going to be rubbing elbows, if you will, and just sharing my gifts as a medium. Feel very honored. They only have a very few hand-selected that get to do this, so I cannot wait. So come out to, if you're in the New Jersey East Coast area, New Jersey Para-Unity Expo. That's Saturday and Sunday. And then Friday night, they have a VIP type deal. But anyhow, so that's coming up. Then after that, I'll be flying back home for one day, and I will be flying out to Indianapolis, Indiana. I'll be doing another event, and I can't wait to see some family that lives there that I have not seen, oh my gosh, for probably 20 years. So super excited. Shout out to my cousin Jenny and to my cousin Nikki in Indianapolis, and all of the people that have already signed up to do the group reading events and the private. So anyhow, lots of things happening, super excited, but I want to get to readings, of course. So before we do, I am going to share the, the affirmation for the week. And And I'll tell you, the number that has been coming up today, a lot of you know that numbers are very important. They connect with spirit or just intuitively. And it's been the number 32, another big number. So 32 for me is going to be the date of March 2nd. 32 being the age of 32, that maybe someone passed at 32 or it would have been 32. Now we could be going to 1932, so maybe a grandparent or great grandparent. So this is how spirit comes through and gives me their beautiful validations that they're around. So we'll see if that meshes with any of the callers tonight. But in the meantime, really quick, let's read that affirmation. And the affirmation for the week, this is for everybody, says the door that closes for me is the wrong door. The door that opens for me is the right door. Doesn't that seem kind of obvious? But yet we don't see it that way sometimes, right? I think we try to go through those closed doors, or we feel like, we've got to try to force them. But I'll tell you, I've had many doors opening for me just in the last year, and I feel so grateful, including getting to share my gift on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, and just sharing my gift with so many beautiful people out there, including my next caller, my first caller, and I believe it's Marlon, and Marlon is from California. Oh, Manuel, I'm sorry. Manuel, hi, this is a mini medium.
Yes.
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Good. How can I help you tonight, my friend?
Hi. You know what? I'm calling just kind of get an idea on business-wise. I feel like everything's kind of stalling, and I'm just curious if I should just be patient with everything.
Okay, perfect. And very entrepreneurial. Are you trying to start up this business, or you're in the process of it?
Yeah, I've started. I have, just a couple of them going. So.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Let me. I'm going to pull a couple cards for you really quick here, and just see if that'll give us some guidance with some things that I am already feeling. I'll tell you one thing I already feel for you, my friend. Wow. Yeah, I pulled a few cards, and every single one of your cards is reversed. So what that means and what that's telling me is pretty much validating what I was just going to say, where you, my friend, are your hardest and worst critic, and I feel like we all kind of are, but you're very meticulous, very picky about things. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, other than sometimes if I feel for you, if there's things that are not necessarily going exactly how you planned, then that energy gets put out there as, kind of a negative energy. It gets frustrating. It's really interesting too, because the card that I pulled for today, this affirmation literally fits beautifully with you, saying that the door that is closed is not mine, but the door that is open is. And that's really where I see you needing to focus on as we go into, I'm going to tell you, you've got some huge changes coming here in the next 3 months. So I want you to think about end of year, maybe into even as far as March. I always look at quarters, by the way. So the first quarter of next year. Do you have 3 businesses going? Well, you're a busy man. Yeah. You have 3? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So here's where I want you to be mindful of. There's one that I feel very much that you cannot get off your mind. You're very passionate about. And there's such a sense of you wanting to help other people. Now, I feel like all your businesses in one way or another are helping, but more of like a healer type energy, more of giving back, per se. That's the one that I feel is going to be more taking off than anything. So, can you elaborate a little bit about that business, which one relates to that or connects?
That's more of the nonprofit, which is not fully up and going yet. So that's probably in the latter.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. So I love that you're doing a nonprofit. This is giving back. I know that it's kind of on the back burner, but there's a sense of timing, and timing feels a little more where that door's opening up for this particular project, if you will, or business. So maybe push your focus to that a little bit, because here's why. It feels like a domino effect. Once you push your energy to that with the nonprofit, that door opens up, then you're going to meet people, interact with more people, do some networking that's going to help with the other projects that you have. So it's almost like maybe not look at things as so, what's the word I'm looking for? In order, I'm going to do this one first, then this one, then this one, maybe a little backwards, if you will. Just the timing feels really good. A couple things I noticed with your cards too. You pulled these two cards that are swords. Now, swords are really about fighting and defending and protecting. So I do feel you've got a legal issue or something legal that you're trying to get past to get another part of your project moving. Does that make sense with one of them?
Not currently. I think I thought I took care of all the legal issues in the beginning. Obviously, the nonprofit's going to be that's always a big legal issue, especially in California. So much red tape. That's a task in itself. But I think this year I've just been kind of getting rid of a lot of people that should have been around me.
Yeah, and I love that you just said that. Yeah, no, and I love that you just said it. You have such a beautiful energy that I feel, it's a blessing and a curse, my friend. I feel like sometimes I'm that way where I'm a people pleaser. I like to, take in other people's, opinions. Sometimes I take them a little bit too much to heart, and that'll affect my business. And I've learned to, listen, but not take it all in. Personally, and I feel that with you. So kind of be mindful of that. But I do feel you cut some people out of your life, and really one very strong masculine energy. This masculine energy, I feel has been a difficult one for you, but I feel without a doubt, and it's the right one. So if you've been having a hard time with that one, I'd say don't question your intuition, okay?
Okay.
But March feels really good to me. And also March is such a creative time for you. I don't know why, but creative in a sense of even artistically getting some things put together that are going to help you step way out of the norm. And I love that for you. So keep that March time in mind, okay?
Yeah, I have a plan for that time. Big
Perfect.
Projects within that. Yeah, I was just trying to kind of figure out, just right now, should just be patient, because obviously it's still a few months away.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's hard for me to sit still. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you're good, hon. What is your zodiac sign?
I'm a Libra.
You're a Libra? Okay. So I was going to ask you if you were an air sign, and sure enough, you are. I'm a Gemini, and us air signs, we just have a hard time with patience, and immediate gratification is something that we want. So the patience is not my virtue, not many Libras either. So just give it some time. But your biggest thing, my friend, is to cut out the people that are not serving you in a good way, okay?
Okay.
All right, my friend. Well, I hope this helped you. And it was so wonderful to talk to you. You have a beautiful energy. So I have no doubt the universe is going to treat you well, without a doubt.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Yes, you're welcome. Have a wonderful night and safe Halloween tomorrow, okay?
You as well. You take care. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. All right. You too. Bye-bye. All right. Our next caller, I think is it Ilana? Did I understand that right? Ilana.
Yes.
Hi, Ilana. This is Mini Medium.
Hi,
How are
Stephanie.
you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so well. so well. You have such a beautiful energy already. I love it. How
Thank you.
How can I? Yeah, no, you're welcome. How can I help you tonight, hon?
What do you feel would be the best type of reading for me? Can you sense anything?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Well, I'll tell you, let me ask first. I don't know if you heard earlier, but I get numbers that come in. Spirit gives me these numbers, and they always have a connection with, either my callers or a reading that I have, later. But the number 32, very significant today. So March 2nd, this also being the age of 32, and we could be going back to 1932. More specifically, the month of March. So that 3 is like a bright neon light. Do you resonate or connect with that in any way?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's okay. Just keep it in mind. As far as the reading goes today, who is the this is a younger male. I've got a younger male energy starting to come in that has been with me all day today. So we may need to do a little mediumship. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. When I say younger male, as he's coming in, my whole right side has goosebumps. Your right side, you're masculine. So anytime, I get the chills on the right side, it's their way of letting me know that it's a male. Boy, he's getting me choked up. When I say younger, this is a male that I feel didn't even make it to 60. I'm not talking, old, passing of natural causes. So, but I'll tell you, there's such a significant love for you that this even feels like your son or a significant other. This is that kind of love. Do you have anyone in spirit that connects with?
It's my brother.
Her brother. Okay, perfect. Okay. Now I want you to think of that 32 because I just saw it again. But he's being a little bit tricky with me. So sometimes spirit messes with me. They know I hate that. Yep. If I could swear, I would say he's, effing with me. And that's what he just said. I just literally heard him say. So, he's hilarious. I don't like math, so they'll do this. 32, this is connecting to the number 5. He's saying 3 plus 2. So I've got the month of May, the 5th of the month, 5 years ago. But boy, 5 is so significant to him. He just said 1 of 5. 1 of 5. How many children are there in the family?
Well, there's 3. There were 3.
3. Okay. And that's that 3 that we just talked about as well. So, and
my birthday is in May.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. I love it. So that's where he's trying to be a little tricky with me. I also, I pulled a couple cards for you. And this one, I'm going to show it on the camera here. It looks really dramatic and it looks so sad and it's a little bit dark. But it's this 3 of Swords card. And in the card, the girl is very upset, crying, kind of this sense of anguish. The heart is being pulled 3 different directions. This is the sword, where the sword is fighting and defending and protecting. And your brother, as I feel his energy, my friend, he fought for so long. It's a sense of he just keeps saying, I couldn't fight anymore. There was so much, and really connected to the emotional part of things, the heart, but more the feeling. Does that make sense?
Yes. He was a very sensitive man.
Yeah, absolutely. And a ladies' man, I have to tell you.
Yes, he was.
Very charming. very, very charming right now. I love it. And I know this is very, I say it's very simple or very vanilla, but he had said, hi, sis. He said, hey, sis. Hi, sis. And then after that, did he call you that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he says, oh, you should see her hair. I don't know what this is about. He said, you should see her hair. Did you just color?
Oh, my goodness.
What did you do?
Well, I used to have long, beautiful hair, and I've lost most of it. So I have just a pixie haircut now. So, yeah, he would be like, what happened to your hair?
He is, but, in a very teasing brother way, just a very teasing. I love it. And I love the pixie haircuts. They're in now, by the way. They're very in. They're so cute. My hair's gotten so long, it's to my waist now. He's a very long-haired man anyways. He likes the long hair, is what he's showing me. So do you remember the mullets? He's showing me a mullet now too, and then he's laughing.
Oh my goodness, yes. He wore a mullet for a long time, way after it was popular.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And he's like, reminds me, he just showed me this. He's hilarious. I love him. He's got the comb, and in the movie Grease, where John Travolta takes the comb and he brushes his hair back. That's what he's doing right now.
This is just so him. It's unbelievable.
But
he's been on my mind anyway. He's just totally been on my mind.
Oh, and when you asked me what kind of reading, I'll tell you, your brother popped in so fast. And I thought, there's other things we could talk about, but there's such an emphasis coming from him of even concern and worry for you. He has shown me some health things. He's very worried about your lungs, your heart, the lungs. So he's wanting you to be careful and be mindful of that. So, make sure you're staying on top of the lung health, the heart health.
Yes, I am.
Good. Now, your other sibling, is this a brother? Because he's shown me another male.
Yes, I do have. We had have another brother.
Okay, perfect. Will you please share the message to him that he says hello? He says, it's like I can't leave until I make sure that my brother knows that I'm thinking of him. So, and then I heard a one syllable S name like Scott or Steve. It's just S. I know that's very simple, but and I'm sure we know a one syllable S name. But I feel this is connected to a female. So maybe think about if that was a girlfriend or, I feel like it is. I feel that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, he's just wanting to recognize her as well, just like brother. But
it's my best friend, the boy.
Yeah. What is your best friend's name?
Savoy.
Oh, Savoy. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Savoy. Yes, Savoy.
Oh, Savoy. Oh, and that's very Savoy. That's a very interesting name. No wonder why I couldn't hear it. It's so different. I love it. So please let's
different. Yes.
Yeah. Share that message to Savoy as well. Okay.
She's an angel now too.
Oh, well, that's why when he says I'm with her, I thought he meant in the physical. So validating they're together. That's where he says I'm with her. I'm with her. So, and very protective of all your loved ones on the other side too, by the way. He makes me feel like he's just wanting to even guide people to where they need to go when they cross over. He's a beautiful, doing some of God's work type of energy. And I think, the fact that he's been on your mind so much just recently, it really is, it's his way of letting you know he's there. He's very subtle with certain things. So you might want to just, he just said, stop questioning. It's me. Stop questioning. It's me. He just said.
Yes,
so
that makes sense.
You question, but he's very present, especially when he drives with you. And then he's kind of teasing about your driving. I'm not sure what that's about.
Well, yes, I understand.
Well, good. We won't call you out on the radio. Well, I hope this little message helped you, my friend. I do need to wrap up my show, but the veil is so thin, so watch for those signs from him and all your other loved ones, okay?
I sure will, and thank you very much. This was just spot on.
Oh, you're so welcome. It was my pleasure, and hope to talk to you again soon.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you.
All right, my friend, you're welcome. Have a great night.
You too. Happy Halloween.
Thank you. Happy Halloween to you. Bye. All right, my friends, that's a wrap. It goes by so fast, but what a beautiful ending for Halloween. So I can't wait for tomorrow. Go on to mini-medium.com. All my info is there, and I will see you guys next week, and we'll be in November. Okay, bye, guys.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Psychic Paths
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. My name is Suzanne. Welcome to my little corner of A1R Psychic Radio. Thank you, A1R Psychic Radio, for allowing this to happen for me and the callers and listeners. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope that everyone is feeling love and feeling safe, and I hope that everyone is kind to one another. Kindness is very, very important, and love is very important. And this is a world in which we need it desperately, love and kindness. I also believe that God is love and love is action. So with that being said, if you appreciate the reading tonight, you can reach me at Psychic Pass, either on Facebook or on YouTube or on the website www.psychicpass.com. So I'm here tonight, and it's Wednesday. I look forward all the time to Wednesday. I love being able to reach out and touch all of you, and it is my joy. So I am a clairvoyant and a light trance medium, which means that I can see past, present, and future, and I speak to past loved ones. I hope that you are having a great night, and I hope that you have a great rest of your week. And I'm just going to wait for a good caller to call so that we can continue. We are in the middle of 2 solar eclipses. So our eclipses, the next one will be in Taurus, and Taurus is asking us to be grounded and be right here on Earth where we need to be. Oh, we have Sarah from St. Anne, Missouri. Hello.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What can I help with tonight?
I was just wanting a reading.
Is there anything that you want a reading for, or do you want it just in general?
Just in general.
Okay. Let me see what Spirit says. First off, Spirit wants you to know that you do have guardian angels and past loved ones around you. You are not alone. You are never alone. And your past loved ones on the other side and your guardian angels want you to know just how precious you are. That is what I get from Spirit right away. And I get something has happened. Something keeps you down, or something keeps you going back to something. And Spirit is well aware of that. And Spirit does not want you to lose hope, doesn't want you to lose faith in the ability that you have the strength to go through whatever you go through, and that things can get better. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is a feeling of why me, or what have I done to deserve this? And there's no answer to that. Does not compute with what's going on in your life right now. I feel as if you are feeling like you can't take anymore. And I do understand that feeling. But you can and you will, and the sun will come out tomorrow. But you have to have faith that greater and better things are ahead of what's been and what is gone. First, you need the hope and the faith, because with that, no one can go on. And so I think that is why Spirit is starting this tonight with, you need to have hope, because you're not alone. And you are worthy of love, and you are worthy of being loved and cared for, and to have good things. You have a divine seed inside of you that that you can just acknowledge that you deserve good things because you are who you are. You're a human being, and you deserve good things. I feel like so much has happened to you that you've lost sight of some important things.
Yeah.
And Spirit just wants you to refocus and re-step back to understanding some things are nothing in this world is punishment. These things that happen that make us cry and upset and feel bad are lessons. If you can and say, what have I learned from what I've been through? And you really do it truly, you can come up with some really good ways in which you've grown as a human being and how it's helped you learn to be a better human being. Strong, I don't know about going through really hard times and being strong, but I do understand going through really bad times and becoming tender, becoming softer. You just need to know that you are not alone. That's what Spirit is telling me. And have you lost someone recently? Because a gentleman is coming through.
Not recently, but yes.
Okay. If it was within the last year, okay. But if it was in the last 3 months, I don't know how clear it will be. But someone does come through, and he's very sad that you've been very sad. And he's been trying to communicate, and I don't think it's meeting the message. I think you miss this person very, very much, and you're not healed yet from it. That's what it feels like. And he hurts when you hurt, is what I'm getting. He's showing me as a young person, and he's showing me as some kind of outdoor person, like really liking the outdoor life, outdoor activities. He's telling me that he died with something with his head, I think. And it seems like an accident if I'm reading him correctly. But he's with you, and you're not alone as far as he goes either. He wants to know, he wants you to know that you're special to him and that he is around you. But I feel like when he does come around you, it just brings on more sadness, not a healing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So the path forward would be to choose life and to choose to go forward, move forward, and learn from whatever life is giving you to learn. Because I feel like as soon as you do that, your life will change. And these sad times and these traumatic incidences in your past will be a memory and not an expectation of what's worse to come. If I'm making sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm just gabbing, but I'm not. I know I'm not.
No.
I just really want you to know that you're precious and you're loved from this side and that side, and not to give up hope. You have to have hope. Is 100% good. You know, there is a balance in our lives. I just want you to be able to say that you're going to try and have more hope. and allow the good things to happen. I want you to be open to all the good that the world has to offer you, because the universe is working for you, not against you. And they're telling me that's why you're still here. You're still here because the universe wants good things for you. So I hope you can remember this and move forward with hope. Have hope and faith, because good things are going to be coming your way. I can promise you that. Okay?
Okay.
Please do. Please open up your heart to the good things. And I'm not going to say anything about the bad things to invalidate that. I'm not going to invalidate it. Okay?
Okay.
All right, honey. Good night.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Insights with Solaris with Jennifer. Live from Solaris.1.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights with Solaris
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are watching this. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and welcome to another episode of Insights with Solaris, where I'm your host, Jennifer. I've been a tarot reader for over 10 years, and I am certified in over a dozen modalities, from geomancy, herbology, sound therapy. I do a little bit of everything, but at the end of the day, I am simply a channel of spirit, guiding those who come find me. And as you know, we're coming up on a Halloween, and the veil is thin, and the messages have been coming in hot for about the last week and a half for me. So I'm very excited to jump right into the collective message to see what we have. And right off the bat, we have a lot of earth energy coming in. So as we're coming up and we're ending our projects, right, we have planted the seeds. We have been working all this year. And now we want to enjoy life. We want to enjoy the holidays that are coming up. And it is a wonderful time to continue to have that happy life, to have the things around you that you enjoy, the little bit of luxuries that you can afford, and just overall having a decent pretty good news regarding finances for the collective. So it won't be like any significant gains, like you're going to increase your wealth by 50% over the next few months, but you will see a little bit of a steady growth. So a lot of you may be coming up into a period where you start to negotiate raises, or you're expecting a little bit of money back from the holidays as gifts or whatever. But it does seem like a lot of people are coming into that a little bit of extra finances that will help prepare them for the next year. And let's see, what else do we have here? Also, if you are thinking about entering a class, a workshop, going back to school, it is a very good time to start making those plans and get ready to do so. You've been thinking about it, you've been taking steps, but now it's the time to start moving forward a little bit more, okay? Taking you to the next step, not just thinking about it, but going in and saying, hey, it's time. I'm ready to do this, because it does look like you are, which is absolutely fantastic to see overall in the collective. And for those of you who know your life path number in numerology, if you are a 1, 3, and 5, this could also relate to if you are a Taurus, Aries, and Leo moon or sun rising. So if you're any of these energies, or if you have any of these placements in your chart, know that you may have some arguments coming up in the next few weeks. I've seen the next 3 weeks, you may have an argument going up. Try not to argue, because it's going to be mostly surface level. You're not going to get anything done. There's going to be a lot of conflicting topics. So just go within, stay with your family, try not to get involved in other people's business. So just watch out for that for everyone who were in that signs. And we do have a caller today. So we have Yolanda from Arizona. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. How can I help you today? What type of questions do you have?
Oh, I'm stuck.
Okay. Let's see if we can get you unstuck. What are you stuck about?
I feel like I'm not moving forward in nothing. And nothing but bad luck has been following me around for about 3 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And his niece is getting into witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's got anything to do with that or not.
Did you say you are, or somebody you know?
His niece.
Okay,
my
your
husband's niece.
Okay. Well, in the middle of this, I know it seems frustrating, but I'm telling you, at the core, what is happening right now, the setbacks you are seeing are for your greatest good. I know that we're like, what do you mean by that? But what I'm seeing is that whatever path that you were on, you were about to make a choice that was going to negatively impact your life. I know that you're saying you've been having some hardships right now, but this was it was going to tear a lot of things down. So a lot of these obstacles that you have been coming into play has been to protect you from what was going on. So there may have been a lot of challenging information, a lot of delays, and perhaps even information coming to you in a very blunt way, and that you may have taken more offense to. But just know that that was for your protection, so you wouldn't fall deeper into the hole when it was not going well. And what I do see, it does seem to be related to other people. So I don't know if this is necessarily a business, is this in your career, or if you're possibly trying to sign a contract, but it was related to 2 other people where you were taking steps towards them, and it was not meant to be. So what we're moving forward is a renewal. Okay, so this is a wonderful time. Of course, we're going to Halloween and things. So, right, we're starting that cycle of renewal very slowly. And this is good because it's showing me that you are about to move forward. Now, it's not going to be like quick. You're going to get up and start moving very quickly, and it's just going to fall into place. No. But you are going to see a bit of movement, right? I know we want it to be easy, but unfortunately, we don't let it be that way. But I do see that you are, as you come in, and if you focus into your emotions a little bit, all right, because there's a possibility that you need to just have a little bit of tweaking to find inner balance. Okay, it doesn't feel like anything crazy, but it's just a little bit of tweaking that is what needs to be worked on so you can move forward in a better way. I'm also seeing potentially you're getting more invites to social events, so feel free to reach out to that. You may be coming into a little bit of emotional romantic type feeling, so your romance and your appreciation of life may be increasing. So just enjoy that period which is coming forward, and this is going to be coming forward in about 1 to 2 months, where you're coming in and you're feeling a little bit flirty and romantic too, and that's coming with the renewal that you're seeing and stepping away from that stagnation.
Good.
One thing
that's what I needed to hear.
But I am going to tell you that because I'm going to give you the full story. I'm not just going to give you the good news. I got to give you all the news so you can make the decisions that you make. Okay, so it does seem within the next 4 to 6 weeks you're still kind of be in the stagnation phase, but there is something that you're discontented about, but you're not seeing what's around you because you're so focused on this one thing or these pieces that aren't working out. You're not seeing the opportunities that are coming towards you. And as you're doing this, you're just continuing placing burdens on top of yourself, or like, I need to do this, or why can't I do this, or why can't I move forward? And that negative self-talk coming in with the burdens that you are taking on from other people and that you have placed upon yourself, it's really coming down to, hey, you simply are struggling to see the good that there is coming towards you. So that's why you need to go in and work on those emotions a little bit to balance, so you don't get stuck here. Because a lot of people do get stuck here where we have that negative self-talk and we just can't get out of it. And when we do that to ourselves, so we lower our confidence and then we never take action. So I'm going to get some advice to see how we can move forward with this. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we have a combination here. So while you do need to balance a little bit of emotion, what I am seeing is that there needs to be more communication on your side. So you should be speaking your mind. So if you have something you need to share with somebody, definitely do that, but do it in a way that you're not attacking another person. You're saying your piece, right? We're not attacking, but we're saying, hey, I'm not okay with this and I need some changes here. So speaking confidently, speaking directly, because beating around the bush is not helping whoever you're talking to, whoever you're trying to get your point across to. They can't read your body language. They don't know they're not mind readers. So you are going to have to be direct. So also spending a little bit of time alone and just enjoying a day to yourself, or even a couple of days where you can just pamper yourself. So if you are able to just enjoy a little bit of the life luxuries, whether it's eating a good piece of chocolate or your favorite ice cream or having a complete spa day, whatever it is, doing that for yourself would be very beneficial. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep.
All right. And so it does seem that what am I hearing? 1 second. Choosing your battles wisely. So you may have a lot of conversations, and I think you have a something specific in mind, but the thing is that you're not going to be able to change everybody's mind. So understand your motive going into the conversation as you are speaking your mind. Is it because you want to speak? Do you want to change that person's mind? Or do you simply want that other person to try to understand? So not every battle is going to be able to be won, but it is important that you defend your own beliefs. Okay, your belief systems, they matter. Your thoughts matter. Your own emotions matter. So you need to make sure that as you're dealing with people on a day-to-day basis, you are able to speak up. Have you been having trouble with that?
Yeah, a little bit. Kind of hard when you're married to a narcissist.
Oh yeah, that's definitely that because what we have here is the Eight of Swords, that feeling of a lack of confidence and a feeling of being trapped. So definitely choose your battles wisely when you're able. There are a lot of people surrounding you. Because the veil is thin, I am getting, who are you? Sorry, I have energy that came in. I'm trying to figure out who they are for you.
I got a lot.
Yeah, it seems to be a feminine energy. It's elderly. I can't tell if it's a great grandmother or a grandmother. I don't even know if you were very close to them, but they're coming in now and just kind of watching and observing. So if you want to call in your grandmother spirit, specifically on your father's side, they would come in and they will help you navigate things a little bit.
Yeah, you hit that right on the head.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. Your own intuition is picking up, so listen to that gut feeling, right? If you have a bad feeling, make sure you listen to it. If you do have that desire to move on, allow yourself to think about that a little bit more. It may not necessarily be a relationship. You have a lot of sadness in here, but it's all right if that's the decision you are gonna have to make. Because you have the resources, you have the experience, you know how to live life, so you would be supported by the universe should you want to make any type of movement after you get out of the stagnation period. And we only have 30 more seconds, so I just want to say I do not see anything about the niece and witchcraft here. It just seems like you were being protected because you were making decisions which weren't in your best interest, and as you're moving towards it, you should be picking back up. Make sense?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Of course, and I hope you have a wonderful week and hang in there because the movement's coming, Yolanda. Just keep in there, one step at a time.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyons.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is New York City Celebrity Psychic
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
You can hear me, right? Yeah? Okay, good. Hello. Am I on? Is this thing on? Tap, tap, tap. Hi, welcome to Perry Lyons, New York City Celebrity Psychic, where I'm just as surprised as you are to be on the air. So happy almost Halloween. This part of the face and hair, I was supposed to be the spirit of disco. But then I realized I put my glittery sparkle disco dress. I just washed it and I put it in the dryer like an hour ago and I forgot to press start. So I'm kind of the spirit of disco. I'm sort of whatever you want me to be. I'm the spirit of garish makeup. So welcome to the show. I'm very happy you're here. If you are here, if you're not here, come here. Come here. And we're going to, I was going to say it's going to be Halloween. What is it, tomorrow? So I hope you've stocked up in candy and I hope you have a cool costume. Somebody asked me out for Halloween and then said, I hope you have a sexy costume. And I'm like, dude, I'm dressed as like a 1860s Victorian lady. I've got a full-length dress, a bonnet, and a hoop skirt. The answer would be no, but some other time perhaps. So I'm not really going out tomorrow night. I'm gonna stay home and be the cool neighbor who gives out full-size candy bars. Not the neighbor next to me who gives out sugarless gum and toothbrushes. We always dreaded those people when I was a child. Yes, I was a child. Okay, we're going to start out. I'm going to do something a little controversial. I started to ask my producer at the beginning of the show if it was okay if I did that, but I don't think he heard me. So we're going to do two psychic tarot things. The second one is going to be this psychic tarot thing for the week. The first one, and bear with me, and I'm not going to express my own opinion, although I certainly have one, pretty much what you'd expect from a New Yorker. But here's the thing. While I was getting ready and ignoring my dress that was damp in the dryer, which I didn't turn on, that's more information than you need, isn't it? Anyway, I was watching all these different psychic and tarot people on YouTube trying to predict the election because I've been knocking doors for my candidate. I've been making calls. But since this is a psychic show, not a political show, I am not going to tell you. Oh, hi, Jane in Brisbane. I love Australia. Can you give me, oh, Lisa, I'm sorry. I didn't put my disco reading glasses on. Lisa, I'll be with you in about 5 minutes. Are you cool with that? While you're waiting, what I'd like you to do is take, great, thanks. I'd like you to take a couple of vagus nerve stimulation breaths. They go like this. You go, and then you breathe out like you're blowing out a birthday candle or you're a whoopee cushion. It goes like this. So hopefully there's nobody else in the room to giggle, but what it does is it kind of regulates your vagus nerve, V-A-G-U-S, as opposed to your vagus nerve, which is where you wake up in a hotel in a Nevada city with 8 sex workers, 10 years of your life you've forgotten, and a lot of empty bottles of vodka. So we don't want to stimulate that nerve. So do the vagus breath breathing, and I'm going to keep going with this. But I'm so glad you're here. God, I love Australia. I'll tell you why later. I was watching, I went through 20 different tarot and psychic, just looking for like, who's going to win? Because I'm just curious. And I'm a betting woman. And I have my own preference, but I'm not going to talk about that here. So nobody said yes or no. Nobody said, it's going to be him. It's going to be her. Nobody. And that made me mad. So here's my prediction. I drew 3 cards right before the show. Just didn't change them. This is what they are. First card is the Emperor, which I'm going to say is the male candidate. He's got kind of an emperor energy, rich, has a lot of kids, likes bossing people around, but emperor energy. The second card, which is right now, is the Hermit card. Let me show you this card. The Hermit card, it's kind of a weird little deck. It's like, we're just yellow and purple. Deal with it. This card depicts, it's actually a philosopher who apparently wandered the streets of ancient Athens with a lantern every night. I've totally forgotten his name. I'm so sorry. But the Pericles, who ruled Athens at the time, kept seeing him. And he finally called him over and said, dude, what are you looking for with that lantern? And the guy said, I'm looking for an honest man. And so Pericles punched him because nobody likes a smartass. But actually, what this card is about everybody searching for truth, searching for their inner truth, trying to figure out what the truth is in the bigger world and in the election. So that's kind of where we are right now. I'm going to tell you the card, I did not rig this, that I got as winning. I want you to vote anyway, or vote early and often. It's the Queen of Cups. So the lady is going to win, and I stand by that. So and whoever you're voting for, I just want you to vote. Thank you. Okay. Lisa, give me 3 more minutes. I want to do the tarot psychic weather for the week. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'll give you extra reading with reading sauce on National Reading Day. Okay. Really very interesting. Okay. So I picked, this is how this works. I picked 3 cards out without changing them or doing it ahead of time. I use a lot of different decks mixed together because I'm a triple Pisces, and if ADHD was people, I'd be China. So the first card is interesting. First card, this is the beginning of the week, starting today. So for the next 7 days. And this is the sort of general atmosphere stuff. And I'll tell you one last thing is I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years on this show. Thank goodness. But what I've noticed is this actually works. I'll be like in the weekend and something will happen. I'm like, wait a minute. Didn't I pull that card and predict that? Darn. Okay. So the first card, you might be job hunting. You might be, how can I put this? This is the card, back when there were records and record companies, I used to call this record company card. And shout out to my friend Nancy, who was very big in the music business. And what I meant by the record company card was that this is an artist, and he's kind of auditioning for secure protection. If you look at the card, it's a guy who's just done some stonemasonry work in a cathedral, which is run by some very oddly dressed people indeed. But so he's saying, do you like what I did? And they're saying, we're too oddly dressed to tell. No, we like it. Come back next week. Do some more stone stuff for us. What that means is it's an artist working in a secure environment. So you might be doing consulting. You might be thinking about starting a side hustle in which you're kind of either selling some sort of beauty related product. By beauty, I mean everything to do with like design, color, whatever. Or you might be, as I said, looking for a new job or doing some consulting. So let me know what that is, because I wasn't expecting to see that card. Second card. This is an interesting card. The Queen of Swords always makes me a little nervous. Swords are always a little tricky because swords are kind of uncompromising. They're about intellectual things, and they also rule Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, the air signs. So swords are about air signs. This could be, actually it's funny, my vibe is it's probably an air sign woman in your vicinity. Now, since the sword can be used either to cut, to hurt people, or to heal people, for surgery. Although if you walk into the operating room and the surgeon has a bunch of swords lined up on the table, I would walk away. So this is somebody who is in your immediate vicinity, and you're going to have some sort of truthful conversation with. I'll leave that up to you. I'm almost there, Lisa. Stay with me. Last card for this week is really interesting. The Coyote card is Colette Baron Reed's Spirit Oracle card. And the Coyote Spirit is about trusting in divine detours. I'm not sure what that has to do with coyotes, but I'm going to trust her. And what that means is, and this actually happens to me a lot, where I think like, oh, I'm screwing everything up. Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do this? And then I'll turn around and look back and realize that everything I thought was a stumble or a misstep, when I look back, was actually a dance step in a dance whose choreography was too big for me to see at the time. So you'll notice I'm not saying everything happens for a reason. I kind of am, but whenever anybody says that to me, I always get grumpy. But I'm saying that there is kind of, I'm just going to say, a bigger plan in place. And that I'm just going to leave that there. Lisa, thank you. Are you still there?
Yes.
Have you fallen asleep? Did you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. So glad you're here. Brisbane. I've never been to Brisbane. I lived in Sydney for a little while. I love Australia. Everything's like 13% bigger, more colorful, and weirder than it is here. Anyway, so I like to connect to people through their birthdays. When is your birthday, my love?
The 9th of January, 1988.
Cool. Oh, we love Capricorns here. You have the same birthday as my late godfather, William Peter Blatty, the guy who wrote The Exorcist. So, 1988, 1976, 1964. Oh, you're Year of the Dragon. Awesome. Oh, not quite. Sorry. You're the year before, which I'll remember in a minute. Okay. So how can I help you, my angel?
I just wanted to know, do you see a location change for me towards this year, like the end of this year?
Cool. I'm actually going to pick a couple of cards. I don't usually pick cards after I do the tarot weather. Be right back. Tell me about Lisa. Is she going to change location? Oh. Are you getting married or something? There's going to be a lot of stuff to celebrate. I don't think you're actually, I think this is a free will question. I don't think you're actually going to decide till like May or June. I don't know why that is, but my feeling is, yes, you're going to move. The cards are like, leave it up to her. She's smart. I'm getting this card, which usually indicates a celebration, often an engagement, a bridal shower, baby shower, or you going to a wedding, but it's something where people are celebrating. Is anything like that happening in your life or coming up for you?
No, not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, well, I'm not sure. You're either not in a relationship or you're in a long-term relationship, because the two things kind of read the same for me, which is kind of sad now that I think about it. Which is it? Are you in a long-term relationship or are you single?
Yes, I'm married.
Oh, you are? Okay. So, well, somebody important to you. And your marriage is fine. All good. I think you're going to stay married. And you're born in the year of the rabbit, by the way, or the cat. People born in the Chinese year of the cat or the rabbit, I say cat. It's very interesting. They're very cat-like. You can't really tell them what to do. Can't tell them how to think. They're usually very graceful. Often they either love cats or can't stand them. Anyway, so yes, and let me tune in on you a bit more here. Would you be relocating to someplace fairly far away, like on the other side of, is that, I'm not getting a close relocation. I'm getting a far one. Is that correct, what you're thinking about?
Not, well, it is far, but not too far, a couple of hours.
Yeah, that's far-ish. I'm like not within 50 miles, more like 200, maybe 250. Yeah, I think you'll do it. Actually, it's going to be a nice move. have you got your eye on a house? Because I'm seeing a very cute house. I mean, I don't know if you want to live in an apartment. That's up to you, but I'm seeing a house, and it's cute. Do you have a spare room? Can I come live with you?
We haven't got a house yet. We haven't picked a house.
Well, I think it's got like a little porch. It's kind of, I don't know, it's like a house in San Francisco. It almost looks like a house in Sydney, but I don't think you're going to Sydney. It's very cute. I really like it. You have 2 kids?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Do you have children, or am I being nosy? You don't have to answer.
Yes. Yes, I have children. Yeah.
Okay. How many?
I have 6.
Oh, wow. Good for you. I'm such a New Yorker that wouldn't even occur to me. I got something that's a 6 is a multiple of. Wow, that's amazing. How old? It feels like how old are the 2 oldest? Are they like, wait a minute, 1988? I can't do math.
18 and 14.
Okay. We want to make sure that the 18-year-old doesn't run off and get married. I'm just saying. They're kind of impulsive. Actually, they're not that impulsive. I'm just trying to figure out why I got that card for you twice. Oh, I think I've got it. It's not that important, but you're going to a very big fancy wedding in what is our summer and your winter. Okay, figured it out. I like your husband. I think you're in a job that's good for you. Is there anything else I can answer? You're definitely moving. I'm going to say yes. It's just the stress about deciding is driving you crazy. So just know you're going to move. And it's very cute. Anything else I can help you with?
Is the house big enough?
What's that?
I said, would the house be big enough? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's cute, but it's sort of like this house I just visited some new friends like outside of DC. From the outside, it looked like a cottage and adorable. From the inside, it was like, where did all these rooms come from? It's sort of like that, like some sort of trick box or something. So it looks cute on the outside. There's a lot of room in that. It's very well designed. I think you're going to be really happy there. I really do. And you can have pets too. You can bring your pets. I think one of your kids has a rabbit, but I might be wrong about that. Any other questions, my angel?
No, that's it.
Okay. Thank you so much. I hope that helped. And have a lovely Halloween. Oh, you guys don't do Halloween. Well, have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye. Actually, it's day there. I know that because I was madly in love with an Australian poet. And who moved back to Australia after, but I would call him a lot more than I should have. So I know that the time difference is probably like 12 hours. Anyway, I'm sitting here. I'm Perry Lyons, New York City celebrity psychic, sort of like the ADHD psychic, or maybe the Mayflower psychic, because of Mayflower descendant, or maybe just the blonde psychic who couldn't quite get her disco costume in order psychic. Okay, I'm sitting here waiting for your call. I'm staring at the phone like a lovesick teenager. You are calling. Meanwhile, I'll tell you a couple of fun facts about Halloween. Did you know that in the beginning, people carved turnips rather than pumpkins? So if they hadn't changed that, we would all be drinking turnip spice latte. What's another interesting fact about Halloween? Oh, thank you, dear. Does it say Francis? Part of it was cut off. Francine. Oh, I love that name. Cool. That was interesting. That was the name of famous late American psychic Sylvia Browne's spirit guide, which I think is cool. And I love all of my friends in New York are from Ontario, or else Ohio. But you guys are great. I don't know what it is about Ontario. So how can I help you, my dear?
Oh, I'm wondering, do you do health questions?
this is for entertainment purposes only. I can give you my opinion, but I just have to say that I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. But I can give you, if it's okay with my producer, I can give you what I pick up from you. Is that okay with you, Dave? For entertainment purposes only? Okay. Go ahead, my dear.
Okay. I'm always getting sick with shingles. I have a low immune system, and I'm just wondering what I can do to help it, to heal.
I'm a doctor's daughter, so I can kind of help you with this.
Are you?
Yes, I am. My dad was a brilliant. I actually get the psychic thing from him. He was the best diagnostician in the States. It was like weird magic. Anyway, but you. First thing, how do you feel about, have you gotten a shingles vaccine?
Yes, I did.
And you still got it. Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry.
And I'm getting it every month. I'm getting it every month. Now it's starting to spot on a different side completely. Yeah,
well,
and I'm always sick.
I want you to ask this question of your doctor, but I can tell you, let me just ask my guides what's going on. Okay, hold on.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to ask. This is what I was having. I connect with people through their birthdays. So quickly, what's your birthday?
My birthday is 07/07/67.
Oh, look at you. With your 7/7.
I know, eh?
That's cool. Yeah. 67. Oh, you're just a baby. 67, 55. Oh, you're of the sheep or goat, which is better than it sounds. I've noticed that sheep people often have like wavy hair and are kind of artistic. Are you spending any time around like children?
Not lately.
Part of
I did for a bit in the summer.
My feeling is that, from what I understand about shingles, is if you're much more prone to it if you had chicken pox as a child. And my feeling is that you got exposed. Yeah, my feeling is that because people will not, although I request it, lightly boil their toddlers for 3 to 5 minutes before taking them out in public. My first feeling is that there's some sort of chickenpox epidemic going on in your vicinity. I mean, you might just go to the store and there's an unboiled child there. I wish people would just listen to me on this one. So that's my first thought is you're getting it environmentally. My second thought is that our bodies are very literal. So when we get something, for instance, I used to get a lot of urinary tract infections, probably too much information, and I don't anymore because I realized that urinary tract infections, because the body is very literal, were because I was pissed off, if you'll pardon the expression. So I started getting in touch with my anger, working through it. Bingo, no more UTIs. What does shingles feel like? I've never had it.
Very painful, and I get fevers with it too, and a lot of fatigue, and it's very painful. The spot that's on it, it's very, very painful, and it's the size of a nickel most of the time.
I'm really sorry. Oh God, I'm really sorry you're going through that. One thing my guides are saying is that partially they're wondering if you're taking enough time for yourself. I don't think I'm going to tell you why they're asking
myself, that. Actually.
Yeah. Okay. Are people still? What I mean is, you might be alone, but are people still like calling you, or do they want stuff from you? Because you can be alone. Nope. Okay.
Sometimes, yeah, kind of like there is that, but it's not like it's kind of sporadic. Like
I feel
out.
like one of the reasons this is showing up, and again, I'm just some crackpot in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'm a cute crackpot, but an accurate one. And I started out as a medical psychic. But, okay. One of the things, I feel like people are irritating you. I feel like you're not getting what you need from the people around you. I feel like you're not getting the support. You're not getting sort of nourished. And I feel like you're just kind of annoyed with people. And that's fine, because people can be really annoying, especially lately, especially in America. So that's kind of, what I would do is maybe take a few minutes, breathe deeply, and ask your inner guide. You have one. Her name is Sheila. No, just kidding. Ask your inner guide, what am I annoyed about? What am I irritated about? What is causing me pain that I can't communicate? Because the other thing I get is that, we got 2 minutes, so I'll talk fast. Is any of this landing for you?
Yes.
Okay. What I'm getting is that you're also in a bunch of sort of social or family situations where you can't speak your truth. You can't say to Aunt Bob, you are really annoying me. Just go away. But probably just as well. But I feel like you're not. This is what I feel like. I feel like it might be good for you to turn off your phone for a day and just rest. Don't let anybody ask you for anything, bother you about anything. You're very giving, and people know that, so they will take a little advantage of that. And I think that's also what you're irritated about. Bingo, that's what it is. I think people take a lot more from you than they give. And I think that's partially where this sort of irritation that makes you like, does that make sense?
That sounds about right. That sounds
okay,
like
stop
that's
giving.
Going on
just
too.
2 weeks. Stop it. Just don't give. It's hard and you'll feel weird. But I think, let me know what happens.
But I haven't talked to.
Yeah. So just take some time for yourself and set some strong boundaries, and don't give for 2 weeks and tell me what happens. That's what I think is going on. You're a lovely human. 7-7. And you're Cancer. Cancer people, oh, I love them. Courtney loves a Cancer. We were best friends for like 10 years. Cancer people sometimes are very sensitive inside, but they have a little bit of a shell about communicating their emotions. It's crab, sign of the crab. So I would force people to listen to you. I will send you maybe a taser or something. All right, gotta run. Thank you so much for calling. I'll see you guys next week on Perry Lyons, Moonstruck TV, A1R Psychic Radio. See you later.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. And now, Reverend Elliot's Magical Window with Reverend Elliot. Live from magic-works.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Reverend Elliot's Magical Window on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Greetings, fellow seekers of truth, wisdom, and light. This is old Reverend Elliot coming to you live from the city of New York, where we're going to spend the next hour delving into the mystical world of the tarot. I figured I needed a fanfare. I mean, I've been doing this for years without a fanfare. I want a fanfare. Other kids get a fanfare. I wanted a fanfare. That was my canned fanfare. Just add water, yeah. We're here tonight live, rounding the bend to the end of October, which means Halloween is coming up. So go to my website, boy, look how fast he got into this. Magic-works.com, magic-works.com. Magic-works.com. Click on my blog, and you'll see the latest blog post, which is about Halloween. Halloween is there because I have a wonderful pumpkin that I carved and I videoed 12 years ago. And it hasn't rotted yet. It's still there. And so I put it up every year. And I've got some announcement there about a couple of books which will really, really enhance your Halloween. If you don't get them in time for Halloween this year, don't worry about it. Just do Halloween all year round. You can get them any old time. One is The Medieval Secrets of Black Magic, and the other is The Book of Forbidden Knowledge. Boy, that's perfect for Halloween stuff. I mean, none of this trick or treat, give me some candy corn. No, we're pros. You know, we get into the real nitty gritty of Halloween, which is scary stuff. Spell casting. I naturally don't recommend casting spells to hurt people, but some people ask for it. Now, don't give in to that kind of temptation. This is to show you what not to do. This is show you to be a better person. Don't do any magic that you can have bounce back on you and hurt you, because it's not what it's there for. We can discuss that sometime. You can go look at my page at that. When you're at my website, you can look at my page on revenge. Yes, revenge. And that's something that crosses a lot of people's minds. I want to talk to you about, since we're getting into the Halloween thing, this is another kind of season too. This happens every couple of years. It's election time. Have you noticed that it's always an election time? As soon as this election is over, November 6th, they're going to start with the next one. You'll see. I mean, that's because it brings ratings. Media loves elections because it splits the audience, and you can as long as there's a thing called market segmentation. That's the deal. That's what media is all about. Market segmentation. What can we do to attract this or that? I mean, I knew a guy who loved sports many years ago. He loved sports. And his dream was to go to work for Sports Illustrated. And I said, don't do it. And he said, well, why? I said, because you love sports. The Sports Illustrated has nothing to do with sports. They'll hire people who are knowledgeable when it comes to sports, but they don't care about sports. It's just market segmentation so that they can sell you sports-related things. And he thought I was being so cynical. But, we were in the marketing business anyway. How could a guy who is in marketing not know this? So he cheerfully worked his way up the ladder and got into Sports Illustrated, where he had a miserable time because nobody there gave a rat's patootie about sports. It was all about market segmentation. This is why magazines and TV shows exist. It's to get certain kind of audiences. This was the beauty of a program like Star Trek. You wonder why it lasted so long? Well, nice scripts, good, interesting stories, this, that. But there was a character there to please every segment of the audience. You had the rational side with Mr. Spock. You had the emotional side with the Doctor. You had the manly side with the captain. You had the woman who answers the phones. There's all kinds of things there. Now, that was such a successful format that it was ripped off again and again. For instance, Barney Miller, which you probably never thought of as really a descendant of Star Trek, because there was somebody in the characters in that police station to appeal to some segment of the audience. It's all about market segmentation. And what is more market-driven than politics? First of all, you sign up for a club. I belong to this one, you belong to that one, therefore I hate your guts, don't come over to my place for dinner. It never used to be that way. I mean, I remember here in New York, we had, when we had two political parties very active, every week, the leaders of the Democrat Party and the Republican Party would get together for lunch. Every week. And they would talk policy and things like that. That was before they were trained to hate each other. And that kind of hatred came out of market segmentation. Now, I'm saying this for a reason. I wouldn't bring up something so pernicious if there wasn't something we could do about it. Just keep in mind that this is the silly season. That's what the media calls the ending of winding down of the campaign, because bizarre stuff starts happening. Now we're getting all this stuff. Suddenly everybody's an expert on Hitler. Everybody. I can show you a quotation praising Hitler as a wonderful, wonderful leader from 1937 by Winston Churchill. People, that's mind-blowing. But you don't hear that. This is now, it's used as a battering ram to beat people up. Say, you're Hitler. No, you're Hitler. That kind of, it's so mature, isn't it? It outdoes the issues. And that brings me to a book that I discuss every year around election time. It's called Unmasking Fear. And I want you to check that book out if you haven't. That book is about how, for their own interests, the powers that be keep us at each other's throats. And they do it by keeping us in a state of fear. It's all about fear. 99% of advertising is fear. Do I stink? Is he going to call me back? What did I say to her to get her so angry? Oh no, what can I do? So commercials are, they set up a situation in 30 seconds to fill you with fear. Now, this book goes back before that. They'll show you how deep the roots are for this kind of institutionalized fear. Unmasking Fear was written in 1919. That was before even I was born. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah. I got my turban on wrapped real tightly so I don't fall apart. The 1919, there's a new edition of it out now, which I wrote the introductions to. I wrote an introduction and a foreword. I did that because I had more ideas by the time I was done. So you can get a copy of Unmasking Fear by Lloyd Kenyon Jones with introductions by me, Reverend Elliot, that put the book in context and explain how it was relevant back then. There were barely any telephones in 1919. There was no radio in 1919, so there was no television. Movies were just flickering black and white images. They didn't really do much. And they were mostly pedaled around from one theater to another on a bicycle, and they lasted 6 minutes. Somebody made, like in 1919, you had The Birth of a Nation, I believe was 1919. It revolutionized the film industry. It told a story in 2 hours. Holy mackerel, that's but even that was based on fear. That had, it's a very controversial film then. It is now. But the point I'm getting at is Unmasking Fear will show you how, for more than 100 years now, I mean, the book is over 100 years old, but the things in the book were old when the book was written. The power structure is there to scare you and keep you scared and keep you in a state of panic and fear, because then you'll do what they want. You'll buy what they want. See, you'll see what they want. You'll interpret things through a lens of fear. That is not good, folks, and that'll kill you. Fear is good. Let's get that out of the way. Fear is an emotion that we have developed as human beings to serve us evolutionarily. The evolutionary advantage of fear is that it tells you that you're in danger and you will be able to take care of yourself. Constant fear is terror. That's no good. No, then, that's the kind of stuff that Don Knotts used to make fun of, showing a guy who's in constant state of fear, and it was very funny. But we found it funny because we know it's true. So I want you to look at Unmasking Fear and consider getting this book and reading it. You'll find, I think, one review of the book at Amazon, which is horrible. But the person writing it has this bug up his intestines about religion. Because there is some stuff in there that it touches on religion. You can't not do it. I mean, what is a greater fear than do this or you're going to burn in eternal damnation? There's all kinds of things that are being used to control us. Now, the person who wrote the book was not anti-religion, not quite the contrary. In fact, he was a seriously religious person and spiritual person. You can misuse anything. But read the other reviews there at the link at Amazon.com. If you can find the link to it at Unmasking Fear at mojoacademy.org. There's links there. You can get it right from the printing press and save. I'll show you how to save 15%. It's not an expensive book anyway. And or you can buy it from Amazon. And you could go to Amazon, look at the reviews, and then buy it the way that saves you the most money. How's that? Take a look at mojoacademy.org for Unmasking Fear. It'll be right there on the homepage. You just scroll down until you find it. There's also a link, tinyurl.com/fear, unmask/fear. That's the one. Look at that. I got so many of these tiny URL things that I get confused here. It's tinyurl.com/unmask-fear. But you'll find it you may find other editions at Amazon, but I think you should take a look at mine because being mine, it's superior. And you get my writing too, my particular take on how this book applies to now. There isn't very much people think that applies from 1919, and it still works today. But let me tell you, you read that book, you will say, yeah, I know, I see, I know that. Oh, I know that. Yeah, I've seen that in action because there's a great movement to keep us in fear. How many people in America are living in a state of terror and fear? It's astonishing how many of us are. They're constantly in fear, and it's the basis of almost all elections. Sooner or later, they all start out happy and joyous. Sooner or later, they end up trying to scare you, and they succeed. I mean, they are good at it. These are experts. These are highly trained people who know how to scare us on a wide level. So I want you to just calm down as we approach Election Day. Early voting has started, so maybe you can get that out of the way if you want. But in the lead up to Election Day, it's going to get crazier and crazier, and I urge you to resist that. This is not an endorsement for any political party. That I leave to you, to your needs. I happen to believe that the expert in which party to vote for to fill your needs is you. And anybody who tells you otherwise is arrogant. That's no matter what their party is. They can make a suggestion. They can say, if you feel this, then I humbly suggest you vote for me, but you don't hear that. You hear vote for me, or certain parts of your anatomy are going to fall off. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, there's a lot in the world to be afraid of. As I said, fear is important. You need fear. And I want to write something about that another time also, although there is a chapter on, look, this is going to be like synergy here. There's a chapter on the need for fear in Reverend Elliott Explains It All, another book about the esoteric philosophy. Guess who wrote that one? Because there is, like I said, anybody who's fearless is asking to be killed. Fearless is, I'll just jump out of the airplane. I'll check the parachute on the way down. No. Don't trust the guy who's fearless. No, they're reckless. What are the other feelings? Anger, there's another one that people get bred out of them. Have you seen people turn to children, little children, and say, don't you talk to me in that tone of voice, young man? Don't you raise your voice to me, little girl? No. But don't belittle their anger either. Don't say, oh, that is so cute. She threatened to skewer me with a tent pole. No. Anger is important. Anger is the emotion that tells you you've been mistreated. Out of control, anger becomes rage. And rage eats you alive in many ways, not the least of which it gets you to do stupid things. Don't ever act out of anger. Never, never. I mean, that's right up there. You married men will understand this. There's things you never say to your wife, just like your mother. Oh, brother. Ooh, talk about unleashing the whirlwind, right? So I want you to take a look at unmasking fear. If this constant barrage of psychological warfare designed to keep you in a state of panic and fear is taking a toll on you, and you may not even know it, then I urge you to read this book that will show you how it's done, why it's done, who's doing it, and what you can do about it. It's called Unmasking Fear, because fear is important. You want to know how important fear is? I'll tell you how important fear is. Lying. Nobody's ever been able to persuade me otherwise concerning what I'm about to tell you. This is not Reverend Elliott's rule number 1 in life. This is maybe rule number 1A or 1B or maybe 2, but it's right up there. We only lie to people we fear. There's no other reason to lie to people than you are afraid of what's going to happen if you don't lie to them. And that means you fear the person. We can discuss that if you want to call in and, as you do a reading, if you want to ask about that or argue with that. Because I know I have enough respect for you as an audience that I know that your argument is going to be beyond saying, is not. You'll say, gee, Reverend Elliott, I know you're a world-recognized authority on just about everything, but, yeah, in my dreams, right? But I respectfully disagree, and we can discuss it. I'd love to do that. I am fully aware of the fact that if I disagree with somebody, I must give myself the option of considering that I'm the one who's wrong. Or maybe neither of us is wrong, but, that's where we are. You're wrong. No, you're wrong. That really advances the culture, doesn't it? So keep in mind, as the election gets more and more bizarre, and it will, I mean, we haven't seen the end of crazy time yet. Unmasking Fear by Lloyd Kenyon Jones with a foreword and a prologue by Reverend Elliott. You can find that at mojoacademy.org. I'm taking a little more time here, not just to shill a product, but I truly believe in this book. And I absolutely believe that it will help you. It will help, and even if you're fine, even if you're onto it, even if you know all about it, it'll add to your ammunition in terms of being able to explain it to people, perhaps. Not that you're not eloquent. I know you are, or you wouldn't be listening to this show and calling in. See, that's the other thing. What is the greatest fear? Speaking of fear, what is the greatest fear people have? Public speaking. Well, you guys who are going to call in tonight, you beat that. You're going to call in and talk to a complete stranger, and you're going to open up yourself, and you're going to speak honestly about things going on in your life. So the least I can do is respect that by treating you with the dignity and respect and honesty myself. And that's what I always strive to do. Unless you're a pain in the neck, which has only happened once, by the way. I think in all the years I've been doing this, there's only been one person who tried to be a wise guy. And oddly enough, I knew the person. What if familiarity breeds contempt, right? Well, he's no longer with us. Not that the two have anything to do with each other, but there you go. So listen, that's it. Please keep in mind, there are some very highly paid people. I'm not talking about people being paid millions of dollars. I don't have millions of dollars. I have no idea what it would feel like to have millions of dollars. I mean, am I rich? Some people think I am. I mean, if I had to say anything, I would use the answer Richard Pryor used to give. I'm a thousandaire. Yeah, but no, I just want you to know that there are people who have ruminated on these great topics like fear and manipulation of the public since long before we graced this planet. And make no mistake about it. I mean, don't ever sell yourself short. You're here for a reason, which means you are gracing this planet. You know who I'm talking to. You are here for a reason. Now, tarot and the esoteric arts are one of the things that help find what that reason is. You never know. You just don't know. This is why I never really made plans in my life. I had a rough outline of what I wanted to do in life, but I never made plans about saying, well, I'll do this and I'll do that and then I'll get here and I'll get there. I knew people who did that. I knew people who mapped their lives out to the last degree. One had everything fixed up so that he would retire at 50. He almost made it. He retired at 51 and then he died. So that's kind of sad. But he got it. He got what he wanted. I have known people who all I want is to be rich and famous. And I used to say to them, pal, if that's all you want, you'll get it. But you're going to find out that then you're just going to be the same person you always were, except now you have loads of money and everyone knows who you are. But you'll still be the same to you inside. And they've killed themselves. I've known some highly successful people. You too. You know who they are. Some of these people that I've known, their suicides made it into the news. It's a nice, cheerful subject, isn't it? But you see, this is what I'm talking about in terms of fear. We all carry fear with us. Let's embrace the fear. Let's learn to live with fear and use fear to increase our awareness of the world around us, and do not, under any circumstances, let highly paid technicians exploit that human emotion of fear to mess up your life or my life. And that's why I say I would like you to read Unmasking Fear. And then you can call in sometime and we can discuss that too. I'm here not just to read the tarot cards, but to look into the esoteric aspect of life. Something that I arrived at quite accidentally many years ago. And like I said, I hadn't planned for it. It's almost like it planned for me. So listen, let's get right to it. After a half hour. Let's get right to the readings here and see how many we can get in. I will ring a bell now to declare sacred space. The cards are shuffled up, and then we'll get to reading the tarot. There. Now we'll pull the curtain on the magical window and speak to Lindy in Australia.
Hello.
Hi, Lindy. Hi, Lindy.
Yes.
How are you?
Hi, Reverend Elliot, is it? I'm good, thank you. Thank you for taking my call.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So you were about to ask something.
Do I ask something, or do you just pull a card?
Whatever you would like. Is there something you want to look at?
Oh, well, I have been listening to your discussion on fear, so I guess this is...
Well, that's interesting. Do you want to look at that?
Listening to on YouTube. Is my money safe where it is in a big bank?
Is your money safe in a big bank?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let me shuffle that up.
Finances, work.
Well, the first card I have is the moon, and the moon is about the unconscious mind. I'm going to this is no great wizardry, but given the nature of your question and the nature of the card, I'm going to say that you have a bit of anxiety about this, correct?
Yeah, because I'm not working at the moment because I'm 64, so I don't know whether to go back, go and get a job.
Kid. You're 64, you're a kid.
Yeah.
I remember
I don't know whether
when I was 64.
I should go and get a job or whether I'm secure. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I've got some cards here that show that you're a very powerful person. I have the Magician card here. That's a person who can take spiritual energy and transform it to earthly energy. That's the broadest outline of the card, but it shows that you have that kind of ability. The 10 of Coins here is a very good card in terms of money. The 2 of Coins is about somebody who knows how to juggle money and balance money and make things happen with money. You're okay here, is what I see. Now, the thing is, I have the Page of Cups is here. That's the beginning of something emotionally in your life. So this is a very emotional. The unconscious mind and the Page of Cups and the coin cards tell me that money is important. This particular tranche of money is important to your well-being. But of course, we know that. I mean, here's another one, the 9 of Coins. I'm not seeing anything to worry about. I'm seeing cards like the 10 of Swords, which means you went through a rough period in life, but it's over, and things got better, and you're doing well. Here's the Page of Coins. Your relationship with money is quite decent. Let's put it that way, according to these cards.
Okay.
But if you have any doubts, speak to the bank. Here's the Ace of Coins. I'm getting all these good money cards. That's the cards like you.
I guess it's just that fear of the bank's going to crash. All these changes.
You do have insurance, don't you, in the banking system in Australia?
Well, yeah, through the government.
Yeah, we have the same thing here.
Going to crash. So probably we will follow suit with what happens over there.
Well, money is an interesting thing because money is totally artificial. I
know.
I mean, I had as a child in school, the best definition I ever heard of money was that money represents time worked. And yet, so many people work really hard to try to get more and more money without working. So, but no. See, I have very positive, upbeat cards for you. I don't see any. The only thing I'm seeing is the moon, which shows that this is eating at you kind of unconsciously. You may be having disturbing dreams. But that you can deal with that. But I do see here's an interesting card, the 6 of Swords. You are getting in life from where you are to where you want to be. Usually involving moving. The metaphor here is somebody moving a boat from rough waters to smooth waters. So you're doing that.
I've made some big changes. Yeah.
You're taking care of yourself, and it's working. Here's the 3 of the Sun, which is health, healing, growth, happiness, and the 3 of Coins. Notice you've got like every coin card in the deck here. 3 of Coins tells me, yes, because you didn't get the bad ones. Like the 5. Ooh, 5s are nasty. The 3 of Coins here tells me that there is a position coming your way, which is probably going to be a temporary assignment or a temporary job, but you will fulfill the requirements of that work and be recognized for having done so successfully, and that will lead to more things for you. So you're on the right path.
Okay, that sounds good.
Ace of Rods.
I appreciate your time.
The Ace of Rods confirms that. That means a new job, new career path. And you did mention even at 64, it's always good even at 64 to look for something new. So why not? You don't want to get into a rut.
Well, I left 2 really good jobs, and I made a really big move by myself. I just sold my house and packed up my car. And
was there a reason was there a specific reason behind this? Was there a goal you were looking at?
What you said, the bad time. Yeah, my husband died, my house burnt down. It was a tough time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. But, that's. I saw the tough times in here, but but that card means that those times are over. That's what's good about it.
Yeah, I feel that too. Yeah, I feel that too.
So I
really appreciate that.
I see good things coming your way.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So do I have to go searching for a job, or should I just...
No, there's something coming there's something coming your way. I see it.
Okay.
I even get the 6 of coins here, which is a card of if there's something you want to do, you may even get an investor, a backer. So that's a card of philanthropy and money coming your way. You're going to do fine financially, according to these. But if you have any doubts, you should look into a new bank, Why not, right?
Well, I have split my money. I have gone to 2 now.
Good.
Yeah. Well, I just want the kids to have something, and I go, not that I'm planning to go, but you know what I mean?
Oh, listen, I do know. I mean, that's why I missed a bunch of shows after going for a checkup and finding out that I'm close to checking out. But we're working on keeping me alive.
Oh.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go yet.
And I will. Good on you. I'm not either. So I'm going to get that book unmasked. Yeah, that sounds good.
I think it helps. It's one of my favorite books. That's why I reprinted it from my publishing company with my own addition to the front. Well, anyway, I'm going to light a candle to send positive energy your way. But I think you've got plenty of it going for you. Trust me. These cards are really good.
Thank you so much. I do trust you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. And I realize one of my cardinal rules in life is don't ever trust somebody who says trust me. And I just said trust me. So I don't know. I guess I don't count, right? I'm above all that. Let's go to Crystal in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Hi, Crystal. You're on with Reverend Elliot.
Hi there. Hi, Elliot. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I'm good. I hope everything's going to go well for you and your health. I'm sending love and light your way.
Thank you. There's so many people doing that I feel, I just got a bunch of lab reports in and the numbers are much better. They're still disastrous, but they're much better. So that's a start.
I'll keep sending beams. Yeah.
I appreciate it. And that I want to make sure I mention that in almost every show, because I hear from members of the audience all the time sending me energy and healing energy and health and Reiki energy, and I just I know that's why I'm doing better now than I was a couple of weeks ago. So what can I look at for you, Crystal?
Well, I'm interested in learning a little bit about my business and where I'm at there, and then my money overall and my love life.
Well, here you go. The 2 of Rods is the first card I've got here. The Rods are about commerce and business and career. That is, you've done some things, and you may be going into partnership with somebody else. You're waiting for something to happen. Followed by the Ace of Cups, which is the beginning of all things romantic and emotional and good. And here's the 3 of Rods. This is the other card. This is like the partner card to the 2 of Rods. The 3 of Rods is where the things materialize, but now you're waiting for it to yield results. Shows a person looking out over the bay, and there's 2 little ships in the distance. Well, those ships are the businesses that this person has started, and they're off to do business, and the person is just waiting for them to come back. And the 3s also indicate completion. So there will be a bit of an opportunity for a good partnership, and also there will be things happening.
Are they boat related partnerships, or is that just
no,
a
it's
metaphor?
Not. That's just a metaphor. Yeah, it's not literal in that sense.
Okay.
But these are I like those 2 cards, and when they show up together like that, what's important to me is between them is the Ace of Cups, which is really good, and then I've got the 10 of Coins, which is absolutely marvelous. That's perfected happiness in terms of money and family and lineage and heritage and all kinds of good things. But it's good. It's financially it's excellent. It's quite good. Something new is coming because I've got the Ace of Rods here. That's the 1, 2, and 3 now I've got. So something is coming. And it's coming soon because I have the 8 of rods. The rods really, they love you, these rods, you know. And then, of course, now this is the other half you asked about, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups indicates a new relationship, the beginning of something new with somebody new. Or if you're in a relationship already, it's the relationship coming to a new level.
Any insights about who that might be?
No, I don't see anything that deeply.
Because there's a couple in my midst, in my energy.
Well, it's going to happen with at least one, because I got the Page of Cups. See, the concept of the court cards begins with the Knight, which is like a potential. The Knight is on horseback and is jumping around and can be very unpredictable. The Page is the end of the thing. It's the appearance. It's the actual physical appearance of this.
Of a relationship.
Yeah, and here now the next card I have is the Queen of Cups. You've got the whole thing going here. That's telling me that there's something coming. And it'll be very good. Right now, immediately, what's going to be coming is more of in a business nature, that because of the rods. But this after that is when once the business stuff is settled, then the romance is going to flourish. So that now the important thing here is the Temperance card. That if you have felt that there's things in your life that are not in balance, this is the card that says they will be returning to balance. Your life will regain balance. And
I just got divorced last year.
Oh, you know, and I wanted to ask about that only because I see the next card is the Hierophant, which is traditionally in this genre the card of wedding.
Yeah.
So you may be doing it all over again. You know, I had a marriage that was just such a wonderful marriage. It lasted 1 year, 4 months, and 10 days, but who's counting? And after that, I've been married to the same person for 40 years.
Wow.
So
yeah.
It can be
done. I was married for 15, and then just split a year ago, and so kind of focused on working on myself, and now I'm open to just being courted, you know?
Yes, and the World is the card I have for you, which is the card of great success, assured success. You know, there's still some lingering sadness. That's the Three of Swords. It shows a heart pierced by swords, and it's crying. So there's still...
My dog died last Saturday.
Oh, no, okay.
He was 16.
You know, life does this to us, isn't that why? Yeah. I mean, it's just it keeps happening. Now, you know, there are only people who have had that many years with an animal companion can understand how bad that is. You know, the other, you know, look, you can get a new dog, you know, that kind of stuff. But no, that doesn't work that way. Because you can't get that dog. Although there's down here in New York, in the Gramercy Park area, there's a unique little business for like $100,000 and something. They'll clone your pet.
For cloning. Yeah. I thought about it. But I can just connect with them in the 5D, right?
Yeah, and there's also, you know, you always have the memories. I as a teen, we had a German Shepherd, and that was like the smartest person I ever knew. He was non-human, you know. And
I know, right? My dog choreographed.
I still think of that guy. Yeah, so
it's beautiful.
People don't understand the depth of that because it's, you know, it's as grotesque as when a woman suffers a miscarriage and somebody will invariably say, well, you can always have another. You know, they think they're saying something nice and they're not. And I've seen that.
People don't understand how to live in grief.
No, because grieving has been pathologized. I mean, I was... Many years ago, I was listening to a local radio program hosted by a psychiatrist actually, and a person called and said, I'm depressed. I've got a terrible depression. Do I need medication? This was around the time that Prozac came out, so it was a new thing. I said, well, what if something happened in your life to make you feel depressed? He said, well, my sister died, my brother died, my father died, my mother died, my uncle died, all in the last 4 months. I said, you're not depressed, lady. You're grieving. You know, but we've turned it into a disease.
Yeah.
And we have to understand, of course, I believe, that there's certain losses that never fully leave us. We just absorb it, and we deal with it. Yeah, but it never fully goes away, you know, and it's sad. Owing to the bizarre circumstances of my life, I was never able to, for instance, grieve the loss of my parents. It was just, these were people I barely knew. They loved having a child, but they didn't like to have an adult, you know. I mean, so they didn't know how to raise kids themselves. So I understand, and I don't hold it against them, but I don't know what it feels like to lose a parent. And I'm an old man, and I've lost both my parents died, but you know, it was a different world. My mother came from a European aristocracy line where she only saw her parents at dinner time and was raised by the help. So she had no idea. And of course, I was pretty annoyed about that for many years until I understood that it doesn't always work, but in this case, I think it was, she did the best she could. But it was, of course, horrific. It wasn't very good. But what can I tell you? But I have no idea what that feels like, to grieve the loss of a parent. So all you can do is be with the person who's grieving and hold the hand, if literally or figuratively, and get us through. But the way you're talking about it seems to me that you're very healthy about this. You understand it. You're living with it and absorbing it, and you're not letting it destroy you, even though it hurts. See, we don't like pain.
He died on Saturday, so it's still pretty fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't like pain. Well, some of us do, and some of us pay for it. But when you don't strike me like that. But that's a fetish. That's not real pain. Real pain is the joke about the masochist and the sadist, and the sadist says to the masochist, "Hurt me," and the masochist says, "No." There you go. You see, there's no. It's a very strange thing, and we have to grieve the way we grieve. You've grieved enough. Have you? Boy, when that nothing riles me like people saying, "I think you've grieved enough." You know, then I feel like saying, and I think you've had your front teeth long enough, and bang. No, we don't resort to violence in a civilized world. We grieve as long as we need to grieve. Now, if the grieving makes it impossible for you to live your life normally and at all, I mean, you may want to seek some help, but
I am. I am, and I'm actually dating somebody who recently had a big loss. So we kind of understand one another and are supporting each other through it. So that's been really helpful.
Loss is an interesting thing. I came to a conclusion when I was an adolescent that the main value of our first love is how we handle losing it. So we deal with that, and there are ways in terms of the occult tradition and esoteric lore, because it's all about balance. And this is why I like that I got the card here that shows that your life is a bit out of balance now. Why not? You've had losses, but that balance will be returned. And that's very good. With some people, I've read cards and said, you better get to some help professionally fast because you're not getting any better. But I see that balance, the restoration of balance, is in your cards. Okay. Now, here's a hint for it. The card I have now is the Three of Cups. That is about achieving what you need through friends and other people. So that's good. The socializing is good. That's something I need to do a little more of, a little better. I'm not very social. I mean, my wife and I spent 20 years running a newspaper. You don't make friends doing that. So, but we do have some friends scattered around the country. But you will get what you want, and you will get what you need, and you'll do it with the aid of close people around you and friends. But you're headed on a really good path. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, I've got to run. I want to see if I can get one more call in before the end, which is climbing up on us real fast. But
okay, thanks so much, Elliot.
Well, it's been great talking to you. It's helped me sort a few things out in my mind also. So this is a two-way street, right? We work with each other.
Of course it is. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
My pleasure. Bye-bye now. And Danielle in Melbourne is next. Hi, you're on with Reverend Elliot. Hi, how are things in Australia?
How are you?
I'm doing well. How's Australia today?
Yeah, very hot. Very hot. I'm just waiting for the kids to pick up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're heading into summer there, right?
Yeah. I'm in the country, so it's a bit warmer than the city of Melbourne, but it's beautiful.
So what can I look at for you? I would say tonight, but over there in the daytime.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty open to anything, really, in general. I've had a few major life changes, and so I just wanted to see what's coming or what I need, any advice.
Well, I'll tell you that I see the Hermit card is here, and that tells me that you're going to have somebody who will be like a mentor who is going to help you through whatever you're going through now. If you feel that you need some help with things, it looks like there's going to be the appearance of somebody who will help guide you to get to where you want to be. The Six of Coins is here, which is a nice card. That's about getting money. It's a card of philanthropy. Right. If you're starting a business, let's say, that means you'll be able to find backers. The High Priestess is here. That's kind of a piece with the Hermit card. The High Priestess tells me that you have great insight and spiritual powers, and that you can see behind the veil. And now this time of year, the veil between this world and the next is very thin, hence things like Halloween, So I think you're going to be okay. The World card is here. That's assured success. There's changes in your life, and for the better. The Ten of Swords is here. I had that earlier. That means there was some troubles and some bad things happened, but it's over. The bad times are done. And here's the page. And the Page of Cups is here, which is a card that I had explained it to someone earlier, is about the appearance of a relationship and romance and happiness. And if you're in a relationship, it means it'll reach a new level. But that's pretty good.
I've been single a very long time. So
here's the Ace of. Yeah, I know you are. Here's the Ace of Cups. It's the same thing. And the Ace of Coins, that's telling me all these cards are significant in that you're going to have money and romance coming your way, which is pretty good. I mean, there's worse things to happen in life, but that's coming.
Absolutely.
You're about to do you feel it? You're about to enter a new phase of life.
Yeah, I'm feeling something's coming.
Yes.
I'm a single mum, so it's been quite a tough 10 years. We've had a lot of changes, and I just feel that everything's finally coming into place.
The card here I've got signifies the end of one period in life and the beginning of another, with a sunrise and a sunset, and that's pretty good. And here's the sun. The card is of health and healing and growth and happiness. You're headed for a very, very, very good period of life.
Great. That sounds amazing. That sounds so good. I've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah. Here's something important. Keep this in mind, because things fluctuate. This is the card called the Fool. The Fool. Now, that doesn't mean you're a nitwit. The fool is the person who's the beloved of God. The card of the fool, had there been any negative cards in that reading, it would have eliminated the negativity. This means that you have great spiritual guardians watching over you, so you will be fine. Yeah, you're getting where you want to be. And here's the Lover's card. So things are coming along for you. What you want, you're going to get. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about happiness and fulfillment and having so many good things in life that there's even a warning that people will be jealous. And here's the Judgment card. The Judgment card refers to an awakening, a new life. So yeah, that's two cards I see indicating that strongly that a new phase of life is starting for you. And here's Eight of Rods, which means it's happening now. So things are changing.
Fantastic.
I'm not going to say they're going to change. They are changing now, and for the better.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I've got to run. I've only got a couple of minutes.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you so much, Elliot.
My pleasure. I hope to hear from you again. Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
And that's it. We've come to the end of another edition of Reverend Elliot's Magical Window, the show that asks the question, what is he talking about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the deep mysteries of life. I'm talking about the magical window, which lets us see into the future, lets us see what's happening, what the influences in our lives are. If you want to learn how to do this yourself, I recommend strongly my book called, believe it or not, Reverend Elliot's Magical Window. It comes with a CD that has actual readings that I've done for people. You can hear points of the book illustrated, so keep that in mind also. You can get that at Amazon. It's a signed edition. It's called Reverend Elliot's Magical Window. And you can do this too. There was a time when almost everybody knew how to do this. And then, we lost touch with this and we started to fall in love with our machines. And that was that. But the spiritual side, we neglected at our own loss. Dare I say, our own risk. Because there's so much to learn, and there's so much guidance to be achieved. So the books I mentioned tonight are Reverend Elliot Explains It All, Unmasking Fear, and Reverend Elliot's Magical Window if you want to learn tarot reading yourself. And then you can not have to call me at all, and you can put me out of business, and you can start your own tarot service and drive me out of the house and into the gutter. You want to do that? Fine. That's the thanks I get for 10 years of doing this show. Right. So don't forget, I got to go. We're up against it now. So just, remember, who you are is the universe's gift to you. Who you become is your gift back to the universe. I'll see you here next week. Bye-bye now.
psychic medium and Reiki master. I'm here this evening to let you guys know about what I do, how I heal, and everything that I do for others to help them understand their own journey as a healer or a person who is healing on their own. There's a couple things that I want to do as I introduce myself, as I am moving into international energy and healing others. As I have gotten into my own healing journey, it has been very much a large portion of my life as I've healed others around me. And I've healed myself to almost an extreme level where I never thought I could be. This is why I do what I do, so that I can share this energy with others and also teach others how to heal. So starting with a little bit of an understanding, I want to share a little bit of my story and tell who I am. Again, my name is Kylie Nelson. I am a mother full-time, and I am a professional psychic medium and Reiki master. I also like to call myself an alignment guide because I align others into higher consciousness and also into their gifts if they are intuitive or a healer in any way. I also help to align others into their correct path. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to explain to you some things that have pushed me into my own journey and how I have gotten here. When I was a child, I had a brother that was in very close connection with me, and he ended up passing away at a very young age. When I was connected with him, I was very present with him, even sleeping in bed with him every night because we were just that close and we were best friends. He always encouraged me to be myself and have fun, and losing him was very detrimental to my mental health as well as my family. Within years passing, we actually disconnected within my own family, and I was also disconnected from his energy. And I grew up and had a little bit of an understanding with my own traumas, and these were traumas that were given to me by others, and also traumas that I caused myself from unknowingly moving into energy that was unhealthy. And this is why I prefer to heal others and let others know what's going on in their own energy and around them so that they can move into their own positive path. Understanding that, I have come a long way and I have healed a lot of energy around me as well as a ton of clients. I've worked with hundreds of energies, and I started with intuitively reading tarot cards after working with runes myself. Understanding that I moved into that energy on my own with no one around me to believe in my gift besides my husband was very important, because moving into an intuitive journey is very important to believe in yourself, even if nobody else does. I was very lucky and fortunate to have a husband that was so supportive, even with something that seems almost insane, as calling myself a psychic is almost the craziest thing I could ever imagine for myself. And I always sit in the energy of helping and healing others to understand that you can be comfortable in your own energy even if no one believes you. As in and out of my intuitive journey, I lost belief in myself. And this is the number one thing that I push with my clients. This is the number one thing that I push with everybody, because believing in yourself is the most important part. And you need to celebrate your accomplishments, celebrate your energy, and celebrate how you have healed. It's very, very important to understand sitting in healthy energy is where you need to be as a healer and as a person, so that you can control what is around you. Because when you are on the correct path, when you are on correct energy for yourself, healing yourself and others, God energy, the energy of higher consciousness that flows through all of our bodies here on earth, sits with you and helps you, brings you gifts, as well as spirits that you may connect with, and anyone around you that is sitting with you will also help you align into consciousness. Now, I want to let a couple people know I am very incredibly thankful for the support that I've had, especially with my clients, my collective, and especially this radio network for surprising me and thanking me for being here, and also willing to work with me and giving me a larger platform to heal others. I am very, very thankful. I'm very excited, as this is my first show, and I'm looking forward to do this every single week and healing others, as I'm just so incredibly thankful. There's no other way for me to explain it other than thanking the family that I spent time with today, and also my husband, as well as all my clients and the collective energy that I'm looking to heal and that are open to accepting my healing energy. It's very important to understand also that if you are moving into an intuitive journey and you are connecting with intuition, or if you are going to be sitting with a healer, that you are needing to accept the energy. It's really, really important to understand that you have to be open to healing. You cannot sit within a divine energy and choose to not receive it in any way. This would almost be like denying the gift, and this is something that you don't really want to do when you are moving into energy. And I can tell you personally, I have been there. I have been in and out, and there are some understandings I had to come to because there were things that I was receiving. There's energy that I understood where I needed to protect myself, and because I was in doubt, I did not move forward with protecting myself, and my God energy or the spirits that I worked with had to work extra hard to show me who I was, what kind of person I could be, and how I actually do heal others so that I could believe in that to also heal myself. As life as an intuitive or life as a healer, as a psychic, anything you call yourself is definitely about receiving energy, even if you are unaware, as it happens at the same time that life happens. Energy exists at the same time, and it's a world that not everyone is aware of, but it is constant with you and happens at the same time as your day-to-day life. So I'm here to bring awareness to everything and help everybody else heal so that you can connect with yourself, so that you can heal others, and also move your path forward with anything that you want to. That's the most important thing, is you can do anything you want in your life. You can do anything you want with energy, and you can manifest your dream life. Or personally, what I have done is actually not manifested. I have given my spirit team the true realm of control with my energy, and I've allowed my spirit team to use me to heal others and also to guide me into my own path, because I do not ask for anything. And this is one of the main key points that I give others in and out of sessions, because if you are asking your team to guide you and tell you what to do, they will give you the best path. If you are not asking for anything, it will give you a deeper understanding of what you need to learn and things that you would like to have, but you actually don't understand that you want to have them yet, which is very important because your spirit team knows what's best for you. And this is going to be what I push for my clients. I always do that. Even though you have the opportunity and choice to manifest whatever you would like, your spirit team will sit with you, your spirits will sit with you, and they will continually give you what you need, even if you are not asking, as long as you continue to be grateful and aware, especially with an understanding that energy exists at the same time, and also understanding that you are in control. Even if you let your spirit team have control, even if you connect with a specific spirit and let them have control, they are doing what's best for you. And it is actually you in control because you are giving your control to energy. And this is going to complete the balance of manifesting or bringing anything that you want into your life, as well as understanding things around you. As there may be things that certain energies need to understand, and you may not necessarily know what you need to understand. I also moved into being a Reiki master, which is very important because this is how I heal energy and heal bodies, or energetic bodies, spiritual bodies, and I use the chakra system. This is very important because it helps me read energy as well as energetic wounds that are connected to the chakras. Within a lot of the collective energy that I've read, a ton of my collective has actually had sacral chakra wounds and also root chakra wounds, which is very important to understand that if you break off from those, you will have more belief in yourself, and you will also have more energy to be creative and be connected to energy, as sacral chakras are very much connected. Confirmation. Also understanding if you are connected with your body and not blocked. If there's something that's very important, you will be either needing to repeat it, or you will cough on your words, or you will even burp sometimes as a confirmation to understand that you are correct or that you are aligned. And this is very important to be in your body as well, because your body will communicate with you. Now, I am very connected with energy. I'm very connected with others. But if you have a root chakra blockage, this is going to put you in a system of where you do not necessarily believe yourself. And this may control a lot of self-doubt and also stop you from being able to manifest energy. And sacral chakra blockages will create a blockage so that you cannot connect to creative energy as well as sexual energy if you are with yourself or a partner. This is why I do what I do, because everyone needs to be connected with themselves and everyone deserves to be connected with their partners that they wish. Also, I just want to state that I am a healer and I am only looking to heal. And there are a couple things that I just want to let people know. Moving into energy, I'm excited to read publicly. I'm excited to read for my collective and be open for sessions online. But I do want to let everybody know I do not protect anybody who cheats. If you are a cheater and you are coming to me for a session, I will immediately close out the session and you will not receive a refund, because that is not healing in any way. And if you are moving into that energy, unfortunately, that is not going to be healing for you or others. So it's very important to understand, please do not come to me if you are asking for that kind of guidance, because that is not healing for you or others. Now, I am going to take a call. I have Elise here on the line.
Hi, how you going?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, sorry. Are you ready for a session?
I'm ready.
Would you
I'm
like
ready.
a general reading?
Yeah, I don't have anything specifically, to ask, but just would like to know, I guess, what is there out there for me?
I'm sorry, what
whatever
was that?
you feel.
Okay.
Just whatever you feel. I don't really have a specific, yeah.
Okay. So I am connecting to your energy body here, and there are a couple things that you need to understand. I'm actually also picking up a grandparent energy. This may be a grandfather, and it may either be the first generation grandfather or a great grandfather. Is brown hair significant in your family line with your grandfather?
Brown hair?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
I have an energy. I have coffee energy, and I also have slight disconnection from that. So this energy is a little bit disconnected from you. And I actually am picking up that you are a bit of an intuitive yourself as well. Are you aware of these energies with you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what I'm actually seeing is that just as I spoke here, you actually have a root chakra blockage. As I am a Reiki master, I'm actually going to pull that blockage from you with Reiki. And I'm actually seeing you have a lot of doubt within yourself, or this was placed on you by others. It's very important to understand, listening to others. Listening to others is important when it's positive, but especially when you are moving into any kind of intuitive work and you're aware a spirit is with you, you want to make sure that you sit in positive intention for yourself and make sure that you're aware of this energy, as I feel like this grandfather has kind of been pushed away, as almost I feel maybe I'm picking up a little bit on shame. Have others made you feel shameful for this?
Is this connected to your grandfather?
Yeah, I'm seeing,
Or just in general?
Well, I'm just in general, because I'm seeing your grandfather sitting with you, but he was almost pushed away energetically, and this may have been because of...
If it's who I think it is, he wasn't. He passed away when I was quite young, but he used to be there, but wasn't. Yeah, he was pushed away from. I guess, yeah.
Okay.
From the intertwinings of family life, he was always he was there, but he wasn't there.
I see that. I understand there was a slight disconnection, even probably before his passing. It seems like he was just really busy in life, probably. And he wasn't as connected with you, is what I'm feeling. And what I'm seeing is that within your root chakra, you know and are aware of this connection to your grandfather, but you have almost pushed him away yourself energetically. And he's actually sitting with me in this moment to let me know that the energy that you may be receiving from, I'm seeing a third party. So I don't see it's someone that you're connected to, as I see you have a sacral chakra connection to a partner. but there are other energies around you in third party area. And this would just be any other energy you're not connected to, putting doubt on your energy. And because you're intuitive and you're connected to that energy, and allowing that energy as you're open, you are accepting that, and it's actually moved into a sacral, or not a sacral, but that's where you're connected to your partner, into a root chakra wound. So understanding that, I also see that it's connected to your sacral. That may have been why that just slipped up, is because you are supposed to be moving into a creative and connected energy to be connected with him. And he is actually wanting you to paint. Have you been feeling like you need to paint?
I've been feeling like I need to do something. I was thinking like a jigsaw, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like, painting or something creative, yeah.
Yeah, so to connect with your grandfather, I'm actually being told that you need to call his energy a bit more and connect with him more by releasing the doubt that you have.
Because I've been trying to more so connect with my grandmother.
Okay,
it's
your
interesting.
grandmother... Sorry, you can go ahead.
No, it's just interesting that he popped up because, that was his wife, so...
Yeah. So I see that your grandfather sits with you, but I understand that there are a couple of things that you just need to do to connect fully with this energy. And your grandfather is wanting to reach and connect with you to get you into the creative energy so that you are able to fulfill the connection that you have to be able to receive the other energies that are connected with you. I also do hear he is asking about painting or drawing, or even if you would like to write, if you want to write poetry or a short story, or even just journaling. That's a creative energy as well, but you are supposed to release the doubt that you have and connect with those energies and be aware that they are there so that you can move into the energy of receiving, as I also hear that you are clairvoyant as well, and clairaudient. So you may be able to hear with a little bit of work on those skills, and you may also be able to see energy in your third eye. So understanding that, you're being asked just to create and connect with your creative energy to be able to connect with those energies and receive any information, downloads, or guidance from those two family members.
Is there any significance to a butterfly, just while I have you?
I see a butterfly. I also see a blue butterfly. So this may be significance to healing and being free, like free flowing. Yeah. So I'm seeing it's almost as if you're being reminded to be free and to fly, to let go of energy and to freely be yourself so that you can connect with whatever energy you want. Because doubting yourself and doubting your abilities is going to create a blockage so that you are not able to connect to the energy, and your energies will wait until you are ready, and then they will sit with you when you are connected.
Okay. So a bit of self-love.
Okay. Well, I am so thankful to have you on air, and I am going to take the next caller.
Lovely. Thank you.
Have a good night. All right. I have Angela on the air here.
Hi. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good. I'm trying to see if you can connect with my cat that passed away.
Okay. I actually love connecting with animals, as I personally also lost a pet when I was young, and he sits with me very often. So I'm picking up a white or gray energy. Is that correct with you?
Yeah, she's like white in the bottom. Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's awesome. So I'm seeing kind of the belly area. Was he sick, or was there energy? He's also coming to me as a masculine energy. Is that correct?
No, it's a girl.
Okay. So understanding that I'm reading that pet as a masculine energy, I see that this was almost a connection with you where you felt very connected and protected almost by this energy. It's very important to understand that even if there are feminine and masculine presenting in the 3D that we are in, energy will sit in masculine or feminine to let you know what they are doing for you. And I see that this energy actually was connected with you to almost pull energy from you. Is that why you felt so much release when you were connected to this animal?
I mean, she was very affectionate.
Yeah.
And
so
she was very playful.
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time.
She was very energetic and playful and just very affectionate.
Okay. So understanding that this cat was connected with you, there's a little bit of energy that you need to understand about caring for yourself a bit more, as you may feel a little bit down. This pet was actually here with you to get you to be more reactive to things a little bit, I'm seeing, and play a little bit, as you may be feeling down and you are being asked to play a little bit more in your life or connect a little bit more in your life. Because I see there's moments where they're laying on you, this cat, your kitty. I see and feel also whiskers. So this may have been something that's very significant to you. If I'm seeing almost rubbing on the face. So connecting with you during this time is actually when the energy was sitting with you and pulling energy from you. So understanding that you're being asked to be more playful or to release a little bit more is going to be very important, because you do not have that outlet anymore. And this pet is actually wanting you to give yourself a little bit of a break, actually, because you're being way too hard on yourself.
I mean, she was young. She was only 2 years old. So it was not expected at all.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it was meant to happen or not.
So I actually see that you may have recently been called to get another pet, or you did connect with this pet recently on your own. Is that correct?
No, I mean, I have another cat, but the other cat is very territorial, so I wouldn't be able to get another cat. It was even impossible to almost get this cat, because it took me 2 months to get, have them separate for 2 months. It was very hard on me. But
yeah,
I don't want to go through that again, getting another cat. The cat I have now, she's also 2. But she wasn't affectionate as the one that passed.
Okay. So I'm actually seeing a third energy. So this may mean that you will be granted your wish to have an animal that's going to blend with the animal that you have already, as I'm actually seeing a third animal coming to you. If you do not know about...
I do have another cat that passed away, but that was 15 years ago.
Okay. Actually, I'm seeing in the future, this cat is going to be coming to you. So I'm hearing 2 to 3. So that's either 2 to 3 days or 2 to 3 weeks. I'm actually seeing a cat come to you. If you don't know about the cat distribution system, this is actually from the spirit world, and they bring animals presently to you when you need them. And I actually see this coming to you within the next 2 to 3 days or 2 to 3 weeks. It could also be 2 to 3 months, but I don't see it's that far out. And I see that this pet is actually going to be connected with the other feline that you have, but I don't see that they are super friendly. But I see that this cat is actually going to be very affectionate for you as well. And the color orange may be significant. So the cat may be orange or have a little bit of orange on them. But understanding that this animal is coming to you, it's also very important to understand to give yourself a little bit of a break, because that was really a test of how hard you were going to work to keep the peace in your home. And you worked very, very hard, but you need to give yourself a little bit of a break, because there's a little bit of understanding with the fact that you needed rest, but you really wanted more affection from another animal. So understanding that you will be gifted another animal. I am hearing your spirit team will be bringing them to you, but it's very important to stay calm and also be aware that they will be there without calling and wanting and asking, just knowing that they are on their way. And again, the color orange may be significant, and I'm also picking up white. So it might be orange and white, just to let you know.
Is she okay? Is she with me?
Yes, that cat is okay, the cat that passed, and she is with you. Spirits always sit with you. They don't just wander off. If you have a spirit that is connected with you, they are with you. It is your choice and ability to be aware if they are there or not. And I actually do see times where you may have slipped up on your feet when you are walking or tripping. Even if you weren't aware that they were energetically there, this may have been the cat letting you know that they were there. Or if you felt like a slight brush on an ankle, this is the spirit letting you know. I actually do see both of the spirits sitting with you. Are you sitting in a chair right now?
I mean, I'm sitting with my other cat. She's on the table, but the one that passed, it was just like it's only been a week. She passed last Tuesday, and I really cried. Like, I've never cried in my life before, like all week.
Yeah, I understand that. They do want to let you know that the bath time that you had was significant. So if you are taking baths and they were coming in the bathroom, or if you were in the shower and getting out of the shower and they were near you during that time, they really want to make a note of that time that they had with you and to let you know that they are aware that you are missing them. And also, they want you to know that the grieving process that you have gone through, you have also been just a little bit hard on yourself. And they want you to know that it's okay to release a little bit of the pain because they are there with you. I do see them laying at your feet.
Did she suffer? Was she even meant to go? Because I don't even know what was wrong with her. Like, she was at the hospital for one day, and they don't even know.
So I actually see a quick passing, and I don't hear pain. But I do see that they went quick, and they didn't have a lot of issues, it doesn't seem. So it was very peaceful for them. And they want to let you know that they love you very much, and they're grateful for your time.
All right. Thank you. I just hope she's fine. That really worries me the most.
She is with you.
I mean, I know I regret it really bad putting her down. Like, the doctor was pushing me and pressuring me, saying, you have to do it. I'm like, I'll bring her home. She can die with me at home. She's like, no.
I understand that. I am about to end the show, but I just want to say thank you so much. And she is with you. Please be aware that she is with you, and she is thankful for the love that you have given her.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful evening. I have appreciated the energy that I have connected with, and I hope everyone heals.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. And now, Reverend Elliot's Magical Window with Reverend Elliot. Live from magic-works.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Reverend Elliot's Magical Window on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Greetings, fellow seekers of truth, wisdom, and light. This is Reverend Elliot, your friendly neighborhood esoteric practitioner, coming to you live, not just from the city of New York, but 3 stories below the city of New York, where, since it's getting near Halloween, we have dusted off the old hidden entrance to the long-neglected Purple Grotto 3 stories below Times Square. And we are doing the show from the stalagmite, stalactite, I always get those confused, territory. All I know is that the stalactites and the stalagmites hate each other. They hate each other. But that's life. But Harrison the Owl is still down here. It's all the old favorites are still here. And we are awaiting, in the deep darkness of the chilled Purple Grotto, the coming of Halloween, which is next week, right? Wow, look at that. Time do fly. It's up to you to be the navigator. Good night, folks. No, wait a minute. So I have to, I get into bad habits, like, because I used to work nights all the time. I worked nights. I worked in nightclubs. When I was 14, I started as a dishwasher in a restaurant, so I was always working nights. And I remember one day I was walking along, minding my own business in the city of New York here, above ground, and a person stopped and asked me if I had the correct time, and I let that go. I realized he wanted to know what time it was. And I didn't take umbrage at the fact that he was afraid I would give him the incorrect time, unless he specifically said he wanted the correct time. And I looked at my watch, and it was noon, and I said, it's midnight. And I realized I've been spending too much time working nights. So I just escaped down here into the darkness of the Purple Grotto, where we wait for the Halloween festivities to come, the real, not the parades up top there, not the little costumes, but the real Halloween with the spirits zooming in and out among the, dare I say it again, stalagmites and stalactites. There is a way to remember them. The stalagmites have a G in the word, and that means they come up from the ground, and stalactites has a C, which means they hang from the ceiling. You see? It's called a mnemonic device, and I learned that in the Boy Scouts 482 years ago, so it's pretty good. So here we are. We're going to be down here looking through the magical window of the tarot, and I am drawing up my plans for the holiday gift season. I already got a bunch of elves to deliver. You see, in case the kids are listening, that's what I'm talking about, the elves, right? A bunch of elves delivered a new batch of the Mojo Brothers shaving soap, and that, of course, leads to something very sad that I posted on the Reverend Elliot's Tarot Consulting Facebook page. The Williams Shaving Mug Soap went out of business. I mean, the company, the conglomerate that owns them is still around, but they stopped. They no longer make those little round soaps to stick in the bottom of your shaving mug, which is, it's you know, I feel personally responsible because they went out of business in February of this year. And in November, December of last year, we introduced Mojo Brothers shaving soap, and I like to refer to it as survival of the foamiest. But you can still get our shaving soap, and that is a wonderful stocking stuffer, and I've got loads of those available. And yes, I do use it. I did like Williams also, but it's gone now. They were the first one. They were the first shaving soap for a mug. They were the first one made specifically for it. Prior to that, men just used to use soap, but this was a beauty. They'd been around since the 1890s, and owing to economic conditions, which you can hear about any place else in media, we're not going to go into that kind of sad news here, but Williams shaving soap is no more. which is sad. I saw this coming about 12 years ago when they stopped making their menthol brand. You see, that's no flies on me. I noticed that coming. So now I guess the only really good, affordable, luxurious shaving soap is Mojo Brothers Shaving Soap, which you can find at mojoacademy.org. Take a look there. You can download a free brochure about the biggest mistake men make when they shave. And all this is by way of letting you know that there are still copies of the modern way to an old-fashioned shave. You'll see that there at mojoacademy.org also. I says, you know, I like to do things the old-fashioned way, and one of the things I like to do is shave with a straight razor, but if you get a real straight razor, kind of, you know, the heirloom, the straight razor will last 200-300 years if you take care of it. And, of course, that's the key. They take a lot of, they're very high maintenance. I mean, you know, you think that woman down the block is high maintenance. This, try a straight razor. You know, you have to oil them and grease them and then run them over a stone to sharpen them, then run them over a strop to level them out. And I don't like to spend more time taking care of my tools than using them. You see, it's one of the reasons I don't drive. The cars take too much time, too much high maintenance. And but the shaving thing, there's a way around it. There's a way that you can get an old-fashioned straight razor shave with none of the hassle, not any of it at all. And I use it as a form of meditation because you pay attention to what you're doing. Let's face it. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. If you take raw steel to your face and you ain't paying attention, well, you know, you're going to have not much of a face left. But it's not hard to do this. It's very simple. And there's ways to do it so that you're not going to cut yourself. And really, seriously, men have been doing this for hundreds of years. And it's the closest shave I've ever had. And I just enjoy it because, to me, it's like meditation. I hated shaving. It was a chore, but now it's meditation. You relax. And I do anyway, and I do it. So I'd urge you to check out at mojoacademy.org, not just the shaving soap, but the book called A Modern Way to an Old-Fashioned Shave, which I wrote so I could share my experiences and knowledge with you. And ladies, that's a really good gift for men. You want to talk to my wife sometime about that. She just loves the way the smoothness of my face since I gave up using standard shaving stuff and switched to this. And I assure you, there is zero maintenance involved. You know, there's zero maintenance. You don't have to worry about an heirloom $400 razor. You know, why bother? This is just beautiful stuff and a good stocking stuffer. So if there's something you want special for your guy or the guy in your life or some guy or to tip the mailman, I'm sure they'd love that. It's just, I'm not sure I want armed mailmen with straight razors. So, but what you might want to do is consider the Mojo Brothers shaving soap. And if you don't have a shaving brush, because you need a shaving brush to use shaving soap, take a look at mojoacademy.org and the shaving brush page, shaving soap page for an offer to get a free shaving brush. You see? Absolutely free shaving brush. And then also, this is all because I mentioned that there's a brochure that you can download. In fact, I like shaving so much that I do it before I go on the radio. So that's a fetish when you get there, but it's relaxing. It's so soothing and it's quiet and it's your time and there's no point in rushing through it. So check it out. That's just my little hint for stocking stuffers for the day. Obviously, a book makes it'll tear your stocking. You know, you don't want that. But the metal containers, that each metal container has one tablet. I know it's fashionable among shavers to refer to these things, shaving soaps, as a puck, but they are much smaller than a hockey puck, and technically they've always been called a tablet. Get that, you know, because that'd be a great stocking stuffer. It's a good gift for a guy because it's a nice old-fashioned traditional thing. And as somebody who reads tarot cards, hey, you know, I'm into old-fashioned traditional stuff. So let's see what we have. No special announcements particularly to make. I took my little red things that I always take to get ready before a show. No, they're not uppers or downers. They're strawberry Pez. That's what I do. It kind of lubricates my mouth a little bit. I have no other announcements other than to say that if you have any Halloween stories or ghost stories, or if you want to be in touch with someone who has passed, this is the best time of year to do it, because the veil between this world and the world to come is really thin this time of year. That's why we have these holidays now at this time of year. So I'm going to, as you hear, I'm shuffling up the cards. There you go. And I am now going to get into the readings. Why don't we just go right to it, now that I've told you about Mojo Brothers Shaving Soap and down here in the Purple Grotto. It's a wonderful environment. I mean, there's a few bats that fly back by from time to time, but that's just life in the grotto. We're going to ring a bell 3 times now to determine that we have entered sacred space. And now we pull back the curtain on the magical window for Mindy in Pasco, Washington. Hi, Mindy. You're on with Reverend Elliot.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm okay.
Well, maybe we can make that a little better. What can I look at for you?
Well, my cat, she's not doing so well, and I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if you can pick up anything on her. She had a mini seizure this morning, and
let's see what happened. Well, I don't know if there's anything I can see in the cards about it, but what I can do is I can I can show you how to send some positive energy. Let's see if there's something we can do. Would you like to do that? Let's see about healing energy. Sure. How's that? Let's see. What do we have here? Let me see if there's something specific. I'm looking in an ancient book of forgotten lore, as Edgar Allan Poe used to call it. Before a battle. I have to remember that one. Breaking a hex. I didn't see anything about any hex being there. How about this? Because there's a magical book that everybody's got. They just don't know they've got it. It's called the Book of Psalms in the Holy Bible. And here is one that you might be able to use. Let's see. I'm looking at this. I'm silly. I'm looking at the wrong page. I'm looking for Psalm 89. So what does your genius here do? He goes to page 89. This is this is a long one, but I think that it's worth it, because this is somebody. I know what you mean. This is a living creature who's very close to you. So recite Psalm 89. It says calls the attention of the great physician who can heal all maladies and ease all suffering. So you could just take like a white candle, burn it, and recite Psalm 89, keeping healing and health in mind, and that'll send positive healing energy. Okay?
Okay.
So, then let me just see here. See, I'm getting cards. I'm getting cards of protection. So maybe you can do something and just spread that protection around. How's that?
Okay.
Is there anything else you want some help with?
Just maybe if you have any information or any guidance.
I'm not quite hearing that. You're pretty muffled. I'm not making out what you're saying.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better, because it was muffled before.
Okay. So I was wondering if you could, if you have any information on a battle that I'm battling right now with an ex-landlord.
Yeah, well, yes. I'm getting cards of a conflict and struggle. One thing is that it's the Seven of Swords, and that's a fascinating card. That means you're not being treated fairly. You're not being treated nicely. You're not being treated properly. So, but I guess you suspected that, right?
Yeah.
I have the Knight of Swords. That's about the appearance of conflict. The Eight of Swords, that you're not quite sure exactly which way to go, what's going to happen with this. Six of Swords. Well, this is a heavy-duty thing. I'm getting all these sword cards here. The Six of Swords is telling me that you're going to be able to deal with this and get to where you want to go. The Strength card here is good. They're not going to wear you down. That's usually the kind of thing that happens. Everything else is all, I mean, this is remarkable. Let me count these cards here for 1 second here, and you'll see what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. 8 of them are swords, and that's about conflict and fighting, and it's from this context. There's another one that's also the Queen of Swords. It's looking good that you're going to win this, because I've got the 10 of Swords, which means that the worst part is over and things will get better. So hang in there with this, because that's the Strength card. It's saying don't let them wear you down, because if you hang in there, you'll do okay. All right?
Okay. Do you know why they're doing that to me, or do you know why they've done that to me, or what?
All I see is that they're mistreating you. They're not being fair with you. They're not being honest with you. They're lying about you. Does that fit in with what's happening? Yeah, because I've got those cards. You know, I got the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. Those are cards about people not doing nice to you. And all the other sword cards are there too. But the main one is the 10 of Swords, which means that you'll survive this and you'll be okay. All right?
Okay.
Keep that in mind. Right. And remember the Strength card is here also, because that's saying that you have the strength to deal with this. And look, I've had battles with building owners myself that have lasted for several years. So I know that they have whole departments about wearing people down. You know what I mean? Some of them, not all of them, but some do.
That's what they count on.
Yeah, but they're picked with you. I think they're picking the wrong person because of. I have the 8 of Rods here, which tells me there's going to be some movement in this very soon.
Okay, so the direction I'm going is good.
You're headed towards changing things, because you got the 6 of Swords here, which says that you have a degree of control here, so you'll get to where you want to go. So that's good. Okay, so hang in there and see what you can do, and also get legal advice. Please get legal advice, okay?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that's really important. I mean, they've got it, you should have it too. That's the main thing. But it looks to me like you're doing well. It's like, here, I have the Temperance card. That means in your life, the balance will be restored. It's difficult, but the outcomes are all very good for you here. So keep that in mind, and that may be able to help get you through some of the rough spots, because they balance and fear, and you're going to survive that. That's what my cards show.
Okay. Is my cat going to survive too, do you think?
That, I'm not seeing one way or the other, but the card I just got now is the Sun card, which is about healing and health and growth. So there's a good possibility. But do what I said about the 89th Psalm and keep in mind healing when you read that, okay? You do it once a day for the cat.
I will do
and
that.
I will light a candle and send positive energy your way tonight. How's that?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hang in there. These are rough. I know these are rough times for you, but the Strength card shows me that you can handle it. You can deal with it. Doesn't mean it's going to be fun, but you'll get through it. And the 10 of Swords means the worst is over, so you'll come out all right.
Okay, perfect.
Bye-bye.
And when you...
Okay, thank you. I've got to run. And let's see. Let's just shuffle up the cards. So you're listening to Reverend Elliot's Magical Window on the Ask One Radio Network, 3 floors below the streets of New York in the long-neglected, virtually forgotten Purple Grotto. The old days. Alexandria in Atwater, California is next. Hi, you're on with Reverend Elliot.
Hello, Reverend Elliot. Thank you.
Glad to be here.
My question to you this evening is, I've been trying to seek out a nice assisted living or skilled nursing facility for my 90-year-old dad. And because of the place he was living, it was sold to a corporation and they're closing down. And I have been looking every day, and I've been looking and looking, and I'm getting very stressed out over it. And I just want a little bit of confirmation that I'm going to find him a place soon, and it's going to work out. You know, that things are going to be okay, because sometimes I just get really stressed out.
Well, yes, and the cards I have indicate that the stress is there. First, I want to tell you the first card I have is the Wheel of Fortune, and that means the situation you're in now is going to change, and it's going to change for the better, so that's good. The next two cards are the Five of Rods, which shows a bunch of people in a little bit of a mob whacking away at each other with sticks. That is about a stressful situation and people fighting. And the Ten of Rods is there, which is an oppressive situation where a person is taken on a great responsibility, and it's a heavy burden. So the cards are validating that, it's not like you're being weak about this. You're facing something heavy, and it's weighing on you. And so that's, the one thing that people worry about is maybe this is just not that bad and it's me. But no, this is very difficult for you, I can see. So that'll be okay. The Two of Cups is here. That's telling me that you're going to meet somebody who can help you out with this. And the Nine of Cups is a very good, happy resolution that things will be okay. It's still, I have the Three of Swords here, which is a heart pierced by swords, which means it's a very sad situation, but you're going to get it done, and it'll work out. Here's the Two of Rods. That means you're a person waiting for the results that they're seeking, but they do come. So I do think you're going to be fine with this. Here, the Sun card again, I just had that a moment ago for somebody else. Healing and health and growth and happiness. So the cards are showing that you're feeling overburdened right now because you're in the middle of something that's really, truly difficult. It's painful and it's difficult, but you will prevail. That Nine of Cups is a happy card. This is a card of a person who is satisfied and has their needs met and enjoys things and enjoys life. So I think you're gonna find a very good place for your father.
Wonderful. That's good confirmation. Thank you. I appreciate that. And this new person coming in, would this person happen to be like a highly professional person? Maybe 2 years?
And it's an interesting cards here. They both have a man on it. And down here on the earth. And the other is the Hierophant, which is a card of religious authority. So it could be somebody from a religious charitable organization. Very good chance of that. But these are two very powerful figures. So yes, and listen, the next card I have is the Ten of Cups, which is great happiness. So I'm seeing things working out well. But as you know, it's very difficult. So, anything else you want to look at? Alexander, are you there? Oh, sorry, I thought I lost you.
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead.
No, I'm here. You cut out a little bit when I asked you about the person. Could this person possibly be like in the field of medicine?
Well, it is possible. I'm not. Let me see what else I can get here. Ooh, I have the Justice card also. That could mean a lawyer too. So that could be good. That could be somebody who knows the legal ins and outs here. But the Magician card, and the Hierophant card show a magical spirit. Those are both cards of spiritual power. So if it's a medical person, it's not just your run-of-the-mill pill pusher, but it will be a healer, a true healer, a true doctor. And those getting few and far between, but you'll find somebody good. Keep an eye out for legal stuff.
Like a surgeon?
that wouldn't be out of the question, but I'm not seeing one thing, yes or no on that.
I see. Well, thank you, Reverend Elliott, for the confirmation. I really appreciate it.
Well, take care of yourself, because that 10 of rods, it shows that you're feeling very burdened. So take some time out for yourself. You can't help other people if you don't help yourself first. You know that. So help yourself a bit more. Do something luxurious and nice for yourself and relax. Okay? Because I went through a couple of years of helping my wife in a severe medical emergency, and I now I understand. I had a chance to put my own theories into practice, and yeah, I did have to take time out for myself, and there's good reason for that. It's not being selfish. It is not. It's like fueling your car. You know what I mean? Although not as expensive. You know. So, yeah. No, look. Now I've got a card here that is of interest to me. It's the 10 of coins, and the reason is it shows a happy family centered around an old man who is content. And it's about the family and lineage and ancestors and then descendants and all. But what's interesting to me is the image on the card. It shows a happy family that is centered around a very old person. So there you go. There's even a nice dog in that picture. And the old guy's got his hand on the dog, and the dog has a paw on the guy's leg. You know, so that is good. The vibes of that are really, really good. I feel good now looking at that card. So things are going to go your way. And you're doing a great job, and you'll be rewarded for this. Okay?
All right. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good rest of the evening.
I sure will. I mean, I've picked up so much great positive energy from you. So, yeah, this is a two-way street. Thanks a lot for calling.
All right.
Bye. Bye.
All righty. Good night.
Good night. And let's shuffle up the cards. And, you know, this is it's a very difficult thing when we are suddenly thrust in the position of having to take care of someone close to us. And it is something that, in my experience, not just in what I had to go through in my life and with my situation here, but in the lives of other people I've worked with and known, is that we find reserves of strength that we didn't know we had. And we find a lot about ourselves. We find out a lot about ourselves. And we rise to the occasion, I find, as human animals, more often than not. And we are not, culturally, we're not the kind of people who, you know, put people out on the cold mountainside to die, you know. We help, and we look for what's best. And I can tell you, I mean, I'm going to skirt the politics on this, but as you know, above me here is New York City. And I live in New York, and I see a lot in the news about how terrible and horrible New York City is these days. And I just don't experience that. I just don't. Those of you who know New York City know, and this is a remarkable thing I'm about to say, since the lockdowns ended and since people got back out on the streets, when I wait on the corner for a light to change so that I can cross the street, more often than not, I get into conversations with complete strangers. And we just talk, and then the light changes, then we go on our way. And it's just a nice encounter. I spoke about this briefly a week or so ago about the conversations I've had with homeless people on the street who have been viewed as a horrible and alarming threat here. Well, it's a sad situation, and it's heartbreaking. But people are people, and I have known people who became homeless, and you know, they know what that can do to you. What the point I'm making is that there is a natural reserve of humanity and shared experience. Folks, we are all in this together. We are all on a ball that is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour and traveling through space. We are all connected. There's one grand consciousness. And when I hear stories about how terrible New York especially is, I'm reminded that when I went for a walk the other day, a week or two ago with my wife, who's learning how to walk again after a horrifically damaging experience, She fell down while we were walking. Of course, she was holding my arm, so she was able to let herself down gently. But 3 people came right over to help and get her up on her feet. 3 total strangers, complete strangers. We have sidewalk cafes here. One guy just got up and left his table where he was eating with a friend and came over and helped. Complete strangers. Now, this is the city that we are told is everybody is vicious and evil and it's horrible. Let me tell you something about that New York stuff. You know the song Sinatra, right? If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, they say, meaning New York, right? Well, it's the opposite. If you can't make it in New York, you ain't making it anywhere. This is such an inviting town filled with opportunities. It's challenging, especially since the rents have gotten so wacky and out of control. But it's not a cold-hearted, horrible city. People help each other. People do good things for each other. Yeah, there are people who go out of their way to use the process to hurt people. I remember covering people like that when I published a newspaper here in New York. And we had more support to expose those people than opposing it. You see, their life is good. We all do it together. There's a hard veneer some people like to put on in various cities, but people know inside how to behave and how to be nice to people. And there's a lot more of that going around. It just doesn't make the front page of the papers. I mean, there's nothing in the newspapers that say, woman falls taking a walk, 3 strangers help her get up. I couldn't even help her. They were there so fast, these people. See, that's New York. That's New York City. The city that never sleeps, which, as an old buddy named Ed Hochstein used to say, that's why it looks so crappy in the morning. But no, this is a sucker's town because we're all saps. Meaning we're good-natured, good, solid people. We're not the tough guys that people pretend they are. Look at this movie, Sweet Smell of Success. I mean, that's an engrossing movie, but that's not the New York I know, and I was in the theater. Speaking of theater, now let me tell you, if you can't make it here, I knew a guy who came to New York years ago just to be in the theater, just to be on Broadway and be an actor and be in the theater, and he loved it, but he got nowhere. He failed. You know why? This is puzzling to me. He hated gay people. Now, come on, guys. How can you want to be in a business like the theater and hate gay people? First of all, if you have hate in your heart, you're not going to succeed in something where you have to communicate. And theater is a form of communication. And when you have hate for even a segment of your audience, people are going to know it. But could you imagine that? Why would you want to go into the theater if you have so much hatred for a group of people who are almost prevalent in the theater? Good Lord. Why do people do that to themselves? But they get filtered out. It's a wonderful town, as the old song goes. New York, New York. It's a wonderful town. And I'm a native, and I love it, and I wouldn't want to live anyplace else just yet. Who knows? I might branch out. The sad thing is, every time I've left New York and gone on a trip somewhere, all I've ever seen were other New Yorkers. So what can you do? Terry in Bandon. Look, I almost said Brandon. You see what the news has done to me. Terry in Bandon, Oregon is next.
Hi.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Can you hear me? I'm above ground, sir.
So, I'm not quite making out what you're saying.
I'm above ground. Now, let me get the phone.
Oh, good. that is good. Yeah, it's like the guy who gets up in the morning and checks the newspaper obituaries and says, "Okay, I didn't die. So I might as well go on with the day." I knew somebody who used to say, "I'm too old to die tragically young, so I'll continue." So, what can I look at for you tonight?
Well, that was my friend that set me up with this. My name's Jennifer. Hi.
Hi. Oh, so you're Jennifer, not Terry.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
No, Terry's sitting right next to me, though. She's a regular for you, so I've never been on your show.
Well, hey, it's just a conversation. What can I look at for you?
So, okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of background. Talking about New York, how you can't make it there, you can't make it there. So I'm vegan. My mom was vegan before I was even born. There's no demographics that I would fit into for that city. I'm still technically a virgin. I've never had children. I'm not part of any religious organization. New York, I probably wouldn't make it because there's no group that would help me. But over here in the woods where I live, in the middle of nowhere, I can make it. I can eat off the land, and I mean.
Well, you'd be surprised. The thing about New York is that it's a totally artificial environment. So yeah, I mean, I've done my share of camping and hiking and the Appalachian Trail and stuff like that. So I understand where you're coming from. But on the other hand, we have like Central Park here, which I'm not comparing to the woods. That's totally landscaped and it's artificial also. But there used to be a guy who taught a course in how to eat in Central Park because scallions would grow there and various kinds of edible things would grow. So, you'd be surprised. There's a group for everything here in this town. But yeah, this...
Not for vegans.
Yeah, well,
there's not like a place to get food.
I know plenty of vegans here in New York. Let me tell you, though, the thing is that the main difference is we are in New York City, and this goes for just about any city, it's a totally artificial environment. We are living in the product of the imaginations of many people. It's just not the same. I mean, let me put it this way. You look up at night, you're not going to see any stars because the lights cancel it out. So it's not a natural way to live. There's nothing wrong with living in a natural environment. I loved camping. I loved being in the woods. It's just I'm a city guy at heart. But yeah, there's room for everybody. And it's a big part of the city.
System, which is something I've never had. So.
Well, I certainly didn't have my family supporting me. I'll tell you that. And be, my own in a way. I mean, we're talking about somebody who got thrown out of the house at 11 years old. So I've been on my own quite a while. But I still love the place, So, anyway, you will, believe me, if you come here, you will find like-minded people. There is always a way to find people. I don't know, do people still do meetups? I guess not. I mean, I think that might have been killed in the pandemic, but there are so many different groups, so many things. I actually, here in the middle of the city at the Ansonia Hotel, where the Continental Baths used to be, which became the notorious Plato's Retreat, that's where my Boy Scout troop used to meet. I actually joined the Boy Scouts here in the city. As a child, I might add. So yeah, what you don't find, you can make, and you can make it happen. Which is not to deny your experience, obviously. It's just I'm just letting you know that there's a little bit more to New York than you might imagine, and there are parts of this city that look like the woods. It's not just all Manhattan. I happen to be in the Times Square area, but there are parts of the city that are almost rural. And we're not far away from the countryside. So what can I look at for you, though?
Okay, so my future in the next 6 years, 2028.
Right. What would you like to know?
Okay, so I'm on a path right now, and I'm just wanting to know if it's going to be viable. Am I going to live through the next 6 years? In the next 4 to 6 years is what I'm really... Between 4 and 6 years from now, how is my life going to continue on after 6 years? Because if it doesn't, why am I even trying?
Oh, so you want to know if you're going to die within the next 6 years? Is that to put it bluntly?
If I'm going to be killed, yeah.
I'm certainly not seeing any indication of that. Not in the least. I'm seeing quite the opposite. I'm seeing all kinds of cards of life and hope and joy and happiness. The sun is a card here for one thing. That is a card of healing and health and growth. Shows a little baby on a white horse surrounded by flowers, and in the sunlight. There's nature there, that's pretty decent. I hate to disappoint you, but I see no calamities coming your way in the next 6 years at all. I see good things. I see you're going to make things happen for yourself. That's the Six of Swords. The Ace of Swords tells me that your thinking is evolving and changing and growing, and that's going to be the big influence over these next few years, is you're going to change the way you think. It's going to grow in certain ways. And I'm not saying you're going to repudiate the way you think now. It's just you're going to see things differently, And your thinking is going to evolve, which is nice. The Empress is here. Now, that's another good one for you, because that sounds like the kind of person you are. This is a person who makes things happen and grow. For instance, in most tarot decks, this is a woman surrounded by fruit and vegetables and wheat and things like that. So it's a person who can create abundance.
So I'm going to ask you something again. I want to tell you a little bit about what's happening with me, okay? So you'll know.
Sure.
And I would like you to get so shuffled. So my mom recently passed unexpectedly. She was due to a counselor, and she leaves me with no living relatives, no family. I have no living relatives, no family. I've never been married. I'm still technically a virgin. I have no children. I'm completely alone. So I look at my great-grandmother, Edith Tillman, and I learned that she's the first woman ever to be elected to the House of Representatives in Texas.
Oh, excellent.
4 women had the right to vote. So they went on to make the men made her the Speaker of the House, first female, and they made her the first female Supreme Court judge. Well, that's all cool, but she started the whole women's suffrage movement. And for the first time ever in 2028, 53% of the voting population is women. That plus the fact that my mom was vegan before I was born, and I found out through my great-grandmother, Edith Farrell, that her father, Benjamin Franklin, and I have Native Americans. So I've got 74% of the voting population. So I'm thinking about running for president. I'm actually studying online right now. But I know that it's something I never wanted. I never wanted to be president, sir, but I'm willing to sacrifice the rest of my life. And even if I am assassinated, the chance to make a real difference.
Well, I'm telling you, I don't see any violence your way. I don't see any suffering or sadness. I see good things coming. I see plans being made. I see plans coming through. You know, it's up to you. I mean, the outcome I'm getting for you to look at the next 6 to 8 years is positive, and it's growth. And let me put it that way. That's the one thing I see in this next time frame that you want to look at. In all the cards I look at, I see growth. Okay, so that's good. You're working on it. And I think that we'll hear from you. How's that?
Okay, but if you take just a couple minutes and reshuffle them and redraw them, so I'm just saying you'll see something. I'm just asking you as a favor.
Well, I'm doing that now. I mean, I just shuffled them again. I have the 9 of rods. You're very prepared for what you want to do. That's a good sign there. The 9 of cups. This is another 9, which is a good figure, which tells me that's a card about getting what you want and enjoying things and doing well. Temperance shows a life in balance and harmony. The 7 of rods, somebody who can wipe away obstacles and get things done. These are showing a powerful person who is in the process of growing and changing. I can't do anything in this limited format to show you anything deeper. We can do an off-the-air reading if you want to get in touch with me, and we can spend as much time as you want. But just to answer your one question, this period that you're looking at is not a time of danger or a problem for you. It's a time of growth and achievement, and you're going to attain all kinds of interesting things. There's new things emotionally happening for you. That's the Ace of Cups. Remember, we already had the Ace of Swords. So you're headed in for a very interesting period of time. Okay?
Okay.
Stay in touch. You know, I'd like to know what happens.
Thanks.
Bye-bye now. And we'll shuffle them up. I've never had to deliver the disappointing news to someone that they're not going to get bumped off. But, well, you know, being dead isn't everything in life, right? Holly in York, Pennsylvania, you're on next. Hi, yes. Holly. Hi, how are you tonight?
I'm all right. I've been better.
Well, let's see what we can do to gin that up a little bit and make you feel even a little better than that. What can I look at for you?
Well, I'm wondering if there's better times ahead.
Oh, yeah.
It's been really tough for me lately.
No kidding. I mean, it's been tough for everybody, but it's really been very, very bad for so many people. Let's shuffle them up and see what we get.
Okay.
Because overall, I see things coming out much better, but I'm going to look specifically at you here. Okay. Here's a good start. It's the 8 of Swords. That's a person who feels stuck and trapped and can't go anywhere and do anything. That's followed by the Page of Coins, which means that there's money coming your way. The Ace of Rods, something new in terms of work and career and life and things of that sort. The Nine of Rods, I just had that for the previous caller. That's a person who's prepared for what's coming and can handle it. Now, here's the $1 million card. The Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords means that the worst is over. The life threw its worst at you, and you're still here.
Really?
Yep, that's what that shows. And that means you're going to get up and you're going to do fine. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. That definitely doesn't mean it'll be easy, but it means that you're going to do it. And you have, this is the third time tonight I got this card, which is the Sun, which is healing and growth and health and happiness. You see, the bad stuff is going away. But right now, it doesn't look like that because you're feeling stuck. If you look at the Eight of Swords as a card, it shows a person stuck.
Yeah.
There is a card here that and I expected to see this card. It indicates that one phase of your life is coming to an end and another phase is beginning. So you'll be able to look back on this time as the ending of where the past came to go, and now you're moving into the next phase of your life. And it's going to be very good for you. There's a mystical side to you, am I right?
Yes.
Okay, now, of course, I'm saying that because I had the High Priestess card here, but that's the kind of thing that I could infer that anyway because you're calling a show like this. But the High Priestess is here, which means that you're a person who's intuitive. You can see behind the veil. You've got the Magician card. It's the same thing here. The Judgment cards, because these three cards are major cards. And this tells me that you're at a turning point in your life. This is a very important time in your life, right?
Okay.
The High Priestess shows that you're intuitive and spiritual. The Magician shows that you have the power to use that spirituality here on the earthly level. And the Judgment card means that you're going to get what you deserve, what is owed you, you will get. And it's also a card of rebirth. It's a card of rebirth. Okay. Now that fits in with what I said earlier, which is that I've got a card that indicates the end of one phase of your life and the beginning of another. It's almost like a new you is coming.
Yeah.
So hang in there. Just please hang in there because there really is good stuff coming. And I assure you, if I didn't see that, I would tell you. If I saw something that wasn't so hot, I would talk to you about that, and we would deal with it. But you have... In fact, you have great spiritual power, probably more than you know, because that's the Fool card I've got. The Fool card doesn't mean you're a dope. It's not about being a fool. It means the person is the beloved of God and has great spiritual protection and power. Have you ever felt that? You've gotten into some bad situations, but you worked out and it came out okay? You have spiritual protection. These are four major cards. They're among the four most important cards in the deck. I'm going to tell you what they are again, so you can look these up if you want to. The High Priestess, the Magician, the Judgment card, and the Fool. This is telling me that you're entering a phase in life that's going to be really, really good, and you're ready for it. You deserve it. That's the Judgment card.
Yeah.
And you're the one making it happen. You're not just sitting back waiting. You're making. So as difficult as this can feel, because change, even change for the better is bad for a lot of people. People won't take it. It's true. And there's this thing called, the psychological stress units for getting married, for instance, are the same at the same level for getting divorced. So there's no value judgment here in terms of the nature of the change. But in your case, you're changing things in your life are going to be changing for the better, but that still takes some getting used to. So let it wash over you and meditate on these things and tell yourself that there's a new stage in life coming. Here's the 10 of Cups, great happiness, great joy. The Justice card, again, along with the Last Judgment, that tells me if you're involved in anything of a legal nature, or it could just be a general thing, you are about to get all the things that you have been denied that you feel that you are deserved. It's coming your way.
Okay.
I've got to run. I've only got about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
But
I thank you very much.
This is a very good. The thing is, right now you're feeling stuck and nothing's happening. Don't let that overwhelm you, because great change is coming your way. Change really for the better too. So I'm going to light a white candle to send positive energy your way. But you know something, with a reading like this, you don't need
thank you.
You've got loads of positive energy coming. So hang on, because you're headed for the ride of your life. Your destiny is coming to knock on your door, and it's got good news for you.
Okay.
Okay? Got to run.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
My pleasure. Bye-bye now. End of another session of Reverend Elliot's Magical Window, show number 27,892. Well, it's 300 and something. I've lost track. I do number these shows in my files. But I've been pretty lax for the last few months. I think I've been lax since I had that flu in the spring. Oh, that was one mother of a flu. Yeah. So remember, these are very stressful times, you know, and we have a whole industry called the news, which is going to try to dump as much anxiety into your system between now and election day as possible. That's what they're there for. And you know what happens the day after the election is over? They start covering the next election. And they want to ratchet that up. So we can't all be, living on tranquilizers, or gin. We just realize that these are people who are paid millions of dollars to keep us upset, so that we tune in and watch. So don't let that get to you. So I will be back again next week, same time, same place, and we will look through the magical window of the tarot. Remember, till then, as I said earlier, time flies. It's up to you to be the navigator. Bye-bye now.